Okay, good evening, welcome on a warm Moroccan night beneath the glow of the Prince Mali El Azan Stadium. Africa gathers tonight to witness a final steps on the road to the world. Two nations remain, two stories still have rating. Nigeria and DR Congo, the Super Eagles and the Leopards, cycling in the same dream, stalking the same prize. Africa's solitary ticket to the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff. Nigeria arrived battered but unbowed, a team that had to reach into the very last of their courage to survive Gabon in extra time. A test of nerve, a test of will, and they stand here now because they found something deep within themselves when it matters most. DR Congo dramatic defiance they snatched their destiny in the 91st minute against Cameroon. A memory and a moment of chaos, a moment of clarity, a moment that sent a nation into joyful disbelief. The Leopards do not creep tonight the stride, and so here they are, two proud colors, two trembling atoms, and one only part that leads forward 90 minutes, maybe more, extra times if the goals on demand it, penalties if it insists on clarity. All eyes turns to the talisman for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Victor Osimhen, the talent of the Super Eagles, the man who breathes fire and goals. And across from him we have Cedric Bakambu, Congo's heartbeat, the poacher, the warrior, the hope of our nations in blue and red. And listen to the crowd, feel the pulse. Africa holds his breath up tonight. One team step closer to the FIFA World Cup. And tonight, one team's story becomes legend. And we welcome you to Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Adi Mshego, and I'll be your host for tonight's watch along of this final of the Intercontinental, the final of the playoff, the CAF FIFA World Cup playoff in Africa here, and it's the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Leopards of DR Congo. Nigeria playing from the left, from the right of our screens, rather, while Congo are also playing from the left. That's Nigeria playing from the right, cladded in their white jerseys, while Congo are playing from the left of our screens in the sky blue jersey. So it's a winner take it all final, and we're straight into the top minutes of that encounter, and it's still 0-0 between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Congo. If you're just joining us, this is Premier Sports Fan Center, where we offer commentaries and watch along of the program of this match. Yes, and not just a Nigeria match alone, even EPL, La Liga, UEFA Champions League. You can list it. We are always here to give you how it happens, minute by minute. So we'll be here for the next 90 minutes, and even if beyond it goes. Right now, Nigeria in possession. Saidu Sanusi with the ball there. Sexton Isuiga tries to play Victor Osimhen. Yes, Nigeria in possession, and that is the first goal for the Super Eagles. And in the third minute, it's Nigeria who has broken the deadlock in this encounter. What a powerful shot from the tanker man himself, Frank Oyeka, spotting the jersey number 8 to send Nigerians fans right there at the Prince Maurice Stadium into white jubilation. What a way for Eric Charlie and his boys to go into this game. This is what Nigeria need. Took a wicked deflection there, but that doesn't matter as to the Brentford man, as Frank Oyeka celebrates, wheels away his celebration for Nigerian first goal. Beautiful cross there from Saidu Sanusi trying to play in Victor Osimhen. What a powerful shot there from the Nigerian striker, and there was nothing the DR Congo goalkeeper could do to stop that powerful shot. And what a way for Nigeria to start this encounter. That was a touring and powerful shot there from Frank Oyeka. This is not the first time we're seeing him scoring this kind of blaster goals, and that is what Nigeria needs to start this encounter. And that is it. It took Nigeria just 3 minutes to get in front in this encounter. As it stands, it's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 0, and Ongo there from Yeka, the Congolese player. So it's a long night for Congo against Nigeria. Can they respond back immediately? Congo in possession of the ball, finds himself in the Nigeria box, across into the box there. But Nigeria clears the lines halfway there to go out for a throw into Congo. What a way. Nigeria 1, DR Congo 0 at the 5th minute of this encounter. And yes, in the studio, right now we're celebrating that goal scored by the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yamite walked in. Yamite, good evening. What a way to start for the Super Eagles.
What a way to start. Good evening, Shagun. Good evening, viewers. It's so good to be back. It's a pleasure-filled evening for the Super Eagles fans. You can see even Shagun donning the Super Eagles jersey here in the studio. So I think that going 1-0 up early embers of this game is the way to go. It's the way to go, because you just want to put your opponent under pressure, intense pressure at that, and get to the execution from Onyeka deserves some accolades.
Yeah, that execution from the Brentford midfielder deserves some accolade. And what a way for the Super Eagles to start this game, putting Congo DR under pressure, immense pressure in this encounter. That's going to be a free kick to Congo right there. Wan-Bissaka is the culprit right there. He was the on the end of it. I think that should be a free kick to Congo, if I'm not mistaken. There was a free kick to Nigeria, because Victor Osimhen is still on the top there. Let's start getting that should be a free kick to Congo right there at the 5th minute. But let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The way they started this game, who would have thought of that? You know, the first game against the Gabon in the semi-final of this playoff, they had to wait on to the second half. Late into that game, it's 78 minutes to be precise, before getting the first goal. But yet they are 12 minutes sending the whole of Nigeria into white jubilation.
Yeah, you notice the trend from the Benin game, scoring early goals. And when you look at it against Gabon, the Super Eagles were really unlucky in the first half, especially due to the brilliance of the Gabonese goalkeeper. So I think that, yeah, that has been the approach, one of the approach that has changed about the Super Eagles. They take the game to the opponent, and it's beginning to yield results.
Okay, let's see how much results it will yield for the Super Eagles of Nigeria tonight. More goals, or will it be Congo DR coming back into this encounter, because they are currently enjoying possession against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And if there's one thing Nigeria where they've always put the Nigerians on big pressure, is whenever they are leading with a solidarity goal like this. Defending should they be defending as much as we know them to be from the 3rd minute, or should they go all out and try and get some more goals against this Congo side?
Honestly, if you need defense, if you need a strong defense, you can't really say you want to employ the services of the Super Eagles, because the pressure. Okay, look at the game against Gabon. Look at the time they conceded that goal. Look at too much space at the edge of the box when you are 1-0 up, diving it into that kind of encounter. So when you talk about defending, there's a whole lot of improvement that the Super Eagles need to do at the end of the day. So that means that, yes, they need to improve. Can they improve in this game? It looks like they might improve, because when you look at the defensive setup, it shows more confidence than what we had against Gabon.
Okay, so let's see if Nigeria will get a second goal in this encounter, but it looks like DR Congo are ready to come back into this one. Will they be the comeback king? They are without their talisman, Wissa, who is out injured of this competition. I think he's here to play a game for Newcastle, so he's joining Newcastle.
Yeah, he's here.
Wissa is also a very big miss for this DR Congo side.
Honestly, a big miss. It's like their own Victor Osimhen. The leader up front is the one who carries the team on his shoulders, and there's no way you won't miss that kind of a player. So painful that he had to go out injured, but we wish him quick recovery. But sometimes these advantages come in good way for the other.
Possession and straight into the box. There's still Nigeria with this very transfer, second goal. Another beautiful shot there, but this time around sails off wide, and it's the goal scorer taking this. That's Wilfred Ndidi, the standing captain for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, taking that beautiful shot there, but off target for the Super Eagles as we're getting straight into the 9th minute, and they're still making it hard for Congo to grow into this one.
Yeah, Congo are struggling to keep possession. They are struggling to pick passes together. And one thing that the Super Eagles needs to avoid is Ndidi or Victor Osimhen getting a yellow card. That would ensure they miss the final of the playoff, which it would be a big vacuum to fill. So I think those two players need to be very careful, avoid yellow cards, and they can actually.
If that is avoidable, straight into the 9th minute, Nigerian possession of the ball. The tall man is back in this one. Semi Ajayi with the long one across field. They're trying to play in Ademola Lookman, the current African Footballer of the Year. Won't get onto that. Wan-Bissaka clears that for DR Congo, but Nigeria back in possession. We have Saidu on the possession of the ball there. Takes a long one, tries to play it into his part of his teammate there, but Congo back in possession, tries to take one over the Nigerian defender there. And that should roll out to a throw in to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The referee has judged that to be a fair challenge on Mukau there, so it's a throw into Super Eagles. We have Calvin Bassi on the ball there, looks inward into the midfield and drops it to his teammate, the captain tonight, and finds Chukwueze. Chukwueze tries to play one into the part of his teammate, and that's my issue with Chukwueze. You never know the day Chukwueze comes to the party.
You never know. Too many inconsistencies from the young man, and I think he's a bundle of talent. is really, really a bundle of talent. I think he can do better than what he's doing right now. With that tricky left foot, fast left foot, we saw him come on in games, and we see that against Benin, we saw what he did. But since that game, he has really not been able to replicate it again for the Super Eagles. And you can count how many games he came to the party for the Super Eagles. Yeah. And I think one of the things that need to improve about him is the consistency. What you did yesterday, you should be able to do it today and tomorrow, and that's the hallmark of a great player.
Talking about Chukwueze, that man who currently plays the strays in London with Fulham United, and Fulham has about 3 Nigerian players in this team. Yes, we have Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi, and Chukwueze all starting in this account. Wan-Bissaka in possession there, tries to play it into the part of steam, and Nigeria regains possession. Calvin Bassey, we have cleared that, and Saidu Sanusi couldn't get onto that, so it's a throw in there to Congo DR. Wan-Bissaka in possession of the ball, finds Bakambu. Bakambu will attack for DR Congo, drops it onto the wing there, cross into the box there, but the Nigeria defender there won't allow that to get into the box. That should be a throw into the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but seems that the referee says that was an infringement on the Congolese player there, talking about earlier. It was Saidu Sanusi who brought him down there, so it's a free kick to Congo DR against the Super Eagles.
I think that's a needless tackle from Sanusi right there. Just shade it off. It doesn't look like the player is in any danger to this, but this free kick are this kind of, and they are good area duels.
Yeah, we saw that goal they scored against Cameroon. They took advantage of that corner kick to get that goal against the Cameroonians. Let's see what they bring out in this one. The manager is Sebastian the Sabri. That's the manager of DR Congo. He has a free kick to DR Congo at the 12th minute. They'll be taking a long one into the box there. The Super Eagles goalkeeper have cleared that. And that was almost putting his team into trouble there. And unfortunately, DR Congo will be putting that into the back of the net. Big chance of DR Congo there, but that man spotted the jersey number 6, Mukau, couldn't direct his shot into the back of the net. So that was a close one there.
Now, we keep complaining about Nwabali. How on earth did he not undo that? Now, with that, now you send the message to the Congolese that, yeah, you can keep the pressure on this goalkeeper. And before you know it, he can budge, and Osimhen is on the attack.
On the ball, the attack for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but Transpire got onto that. That is what he brings into the game. You can see the pressure on the goalkeeper, Mpase there, and Mpase had nothing but to kick that into safety for. So it's a corner kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 13th minute, and Nigeria still taking the pressure to the DR Congo. Every time they go forward in this encounter, they look like a danger about to happen in the DR Congo box.
Yeah, they look dangerous going forward, and I think they can also replicate this defensively. They should stop looking jittery defensively. And the corner kick is about to be taken, and I think it's Samuel Chukwueze that will take this one. The referee talking to Ademola Lookman, manned by Wan-Bissaka, the West Ham right back, the former Manchester United right back actually, and corner kick taken by Chukwueze to no man's land. And one thing about this guy, we keep complaining about him: consistency.
Yes, going to be a goal kick out there to DR Congo at the 30th minute. The goalkeeper Mpasi on the ball there drops it straight into the path of the captain Mbemba. Mbemba scored on the winner against Cameroon in the semi-final. Returns it back to Transberzi, another former Manchester United player who looks inward into the midfield and finds Mosemi. Mosemi drops it onto the path of his teammate Bakambu. A long one into the middle of the park there, tries to play Mbuku, but Mbuku couldn't get onto that. Semi Ajayi will clear from Nigeria into the bat of the DR Congo. Congo in possession of the ball, looks to attack against the Super Eagles. Transebe on the ball right there, comes inward with the ball for DR Congo. What would they make of that? Looks inward, finds his teammate, who turns it back to Transebe. The Bali United defender, if I'm not mistaken, yes, and finds his teammate Masuku there, who returns it back into the art of the defense, back to the goalkeeper Mpazi also to the ball, looks inward into the midfield, 1-2 with the goalkeeper. Mpazi he has to play that, and that is the pressure, with playing at the back. We've seen it come to hot goalkeepers time without numbers.
It became a menace. There was a time I think Sam Allardyce had to complain about it. You have to look at the personnel you have. If you have a goalkeeper that is not strong on the ball with his foot, then play to his strength. And look at a lot of goals, error leading to goals. But look at playing from the back. I think it hurt Gabon too, because playing from the back cost the first goal. Yeah, so and with this, it will only make football look you know, it's just, we've gotten a whole lot of almost we can call it free goals from goalkeeper errors, and I think that is when maybe from the academy now, maybe they will have to just make sure the goalkeepers train with the footballers
as
on
a
the
defender,
field
as a
as
defender,
a midfielder. No, you know, their job is distribution,
Yeah.
so it's mostly midfielder's job.
Beautiful piece of skill there from Gabon. From DR Congo to move on against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But the referee says that should be a free kick to DR Congo. Frederick, the 20 years old Nigerian centre back playing as a right back tonight, is a utility defender when it comes to that young man. He also plies his trade with Brentford, but currently on loan in the Belgian Super League. Yeah, he's Congo in possession of the ball, looking for that equalizer against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This one returns it back to the goalkeeper Juan Bali, who clears his line there halfway into a throw into the DR Congo.
That was a careless back pass. Careless. I was, you know, the guy was reading the movement, so if not for Juan Bali reacting quick, I think it might be
and gradually it seems DR Congo are growing into this game.
Yeah.
They're getting comfortable on the game. You know, they've
Yeah.
gotten hold of the ball times without number in this account, and that is where the problem is for the Super Eagles. It looks like they are losing the midfield battle right now.
Yeah, it looks like they are losing the midfield battle. But one good thing is they are 1-0 up. That will always put DR Congo where they want
Congo
them
with the ball
to
there.
be.
Long one tries to play it across the field there, but fell into the hand of his teammate there. That one into the box there. They want to take advantage of this area as well. Still DR Congo in possession. Onto the wing there, finds a Bakambu. What will he make out of that? Tries to find a way to put a cross into the box there. Still eluded all the DR Congo players in the box. Ademola Lookman, we gather that the current African Footballer of the Year holds onto the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria and reduces the pressure, drops it to Calvin Bassi. Bassi on the ball there, takes a long one out of Nigeria's territory, tries to play in the danger man, Victor Osimhen. And here we have the captain of DR Congo, Mbemba, on the ball there, drops it onto the part of his teammate, Macau. Macau will move forward with the ball there, drops it to his teammate, tries to play Bakambu. Nigeria in possession of the ball. They are giving out lots of free kicks in this first half.
Yeah, a lot of free kicks. It's not the way to go. They need to be careful around the box. These guys are good area address. We saw Mwabali make that silly mistake the other time. And it's getting one too many around the box.
Felix needs to be careful because I've seen him gone into one or two
Tackles,
early stages of those accounts, and that is Masaku rather was brought down there. So Nigeria has another free kick to defend right there at the 18th minute. As it stands, is the Super Eagles of Nigeria currently leading 1-0 against DR Congo. Long one into the box there. Nigeria clears the lines, but still half clear there because still being played in the Nigerian territories. And still, that's at the end of the day, I think that is an offside call against DR Congo. 18 minutes gone in that account. Is Nigeria 1, DR Congo 0 as it stands. Let's go straight into the starting 11. It's a 4-3-3 flat formation for Eric Chelle for the Super Eagles tonight. Nwabali is the goalkeeper. In defense, we have Benjamin Frederick play as a right back. Seydou Sanusi maintains his position as a left back. Calvin Bassi and Semi Ajayi returns into the heart of the defense. In the midfield, we have Alex Iwobi, Wilfried Ndidi, and Frank Oyeka, the goal scorer for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And up front, Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, and Samuel Chukwu Eze for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is Nigeria's starting 11 in this account. Looking at it for the past 18 minutes, how comfortable have you been with this squad?
And I think they've been stable going forward. But defensively is wide. You know, picking those balls, building up from defense to attack. It has not been the best shape. They've been struggling to build up. And one thing about the Super Eagles also is after going 1-0 up, what next? I think that there should be this continuity after getting the first goal. You don't just relax and let the opponent take the game to you. I think it's a dangerous place to be.
And that was why I asked when we scored early goal that yes, this is where the problem is going to be for the Super Eagles.
Yeah.
Are they going to defend from the 3rd minute or go all out and try and get that second goal? And they have a culture of conceding late in games. So let's see if that won't come to all them. Yeah, is Nigeria in possession. Seydou Sanusi on the ball there. Will it be a cross, an inviting cross from the Porto winger defender rather? rather, but chose to drop it onto the part of Ademola Lookman. Returns it back to Saidu. Saidu with a long cross into the box there. It might just be a chance for a second goal for the Super Eagles, but fortunately not into the back of the net. Powerful shot there again. But this time around, Pasa with Galadata for DR Congo. Nigeria coming close to get in the second goal. But I think Ademola Lookman, if I'm not mistaken, in that box there, should have done better with that takedown from Saidu Sanusi cross.
I think he could have done a lot better and try to pick Osimhen in a better position. And yeah, it's a good way to come back into the game. It shows that yeah, they are beginning to settle in. They've soaked in the pressure that usually comes from getting a first goal. Now they are beginning to grow into this encounter. But one thing they need to improve is their reaction after they get a goal.
Okay, going straight to DR Congo's starting 11. It's a 4-3-3 formation also from DR Congo in this encounter. We have Mpesa, the goalkeeper, Masako as the left back, and Warion Wan-Bissaka as the right back in this encounter. A defensive pair of Transebe and Mbemba, the captain. The midfield trio of Sediki, Mutosemi, and Mukau. While up front is Elia Mbuku and Bakambu. Starting up front for DR Congo tonight against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 21 minutes into that encounter, a lot of crosses coming in, but the end product is what we are not getting from DR Congo. They have a corner kick right now, and it's the Elia who will be taking this for DR Congo. This is where they look dangerous, or this is where they appear really dangerous in this encounter.
Yeah,
so against Cameroon, always wanting those set pieces.
Yeah, they are good from the set pieces, but I think one thing that worked for Nigeria also is the return of Shemi Ajayi, who has the height, and Basitu, not bad area address, but my issue, my fear is mainly one Bali.
Into the box, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper there, Kostalo Bali. He will take his time, not coming up as early as possible. 22nd minute into this encounter, Nigeria leading by a solidarity goal scored by Frank Oyeka right there in the 3rd minute, but took the help of a deflection of one of the what's it called, the Congolese defender to go into the back of the net. But who cares? It's Nigeria who leads in this encounter. Calvin Bassey in possession of the ball there, finds Shemi Ajayi. Shemi Ajayi looks forward and finds his teammate there. Nigeria in possession, not rushing against on this side and trying to create an opening through the run of play there, losing possession. Ademola Lookman back in possession. The referee spotted an infringement. I think the referee is not giving these players freedom to play express themselves as much as they want.
Yeah, I think the referee needs to let the play flow because he has been impeding the play, and I think that ball for Ademola Lookman was a deflection. Yeah, that was why I couldn't get to Osimhen at a comfortable. But I think the referee should let the game flow. I love
the semi-finals referee for Nigeria. The game actually
was balanced.
He allowed the balance.
Funny enough, a lot of Nigerian fans were complaining about South Africa, and he looked to be in control of the game from the start to the finish. I can't say that this is one error in decision he made. Honestly, he deserves his flowers. But let's just see if this referee will let the flow of the game come as expected.
I guess that's straight into the 23rd minute of that encounter. It's still 1-0 Nigeria leading against the DR Congo in this encounter. It's a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Stanley Wambali will be taking this because it falls very close up to his box there. You can go straight into the comment section and tell us what you feel about the opening 20 minutes of this encounter. It's Nigeria 1, Congo DR 0 as it goes right now. Back in possession, Super Eagles are getting it done at the back, defending, and the long one trying to play in the runs of Victor Osimhen, but that was easily caught out by DR Congo. And Nigeria losing possession. The captain drops it straight for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka on the ball there, tries to play in his teammates, and here they go against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Mukau beautifully defended there by Frank Oyeka. Oyeka in possession of Nigeria. For Nigeria, drops it long one. Here might just be a chance for the Super Eagles second goal. With this beat in the box, there is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. How is that not going into the back of the net, for Christ's sake? Chukwueze and one other Nigerian player going confusing themselves in the balls. That was 2 against 2. But fortunately, Nigeria lost that.
And you see, one thing they can't be doing,
communication was out there.
Honestly, lack of communication right there. And it's something that when you lose chances like this, it shows that you need to come back strong, because if you don't come back strong from this, your opponent comes back. We saw how Gabon took the game to Nigeria. Immediately they got that equalizer. That Nigeria has to be resolute defensively. So I think that when you get the chances, bury the chances, bury it. It's very, very important. These guys, they can't afford to be lackadaisical in front of goal.
Yes, Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It might just be a chance for them to run against it, but Frederick won't allow that. And Wabali, we gather that for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Holding on to the ball for Nigeria there. Still the Nigeria goalkeeper who plies the straight with Chapter United right there in the South Africa league there. This goalkeeper holds on to it and finds Shemi Ajayi. Shemi Ajayi will come forward with the ball there, finds Benjamin Frederick. Frederick holds on to the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Play as a right back tonight, replacing Bright Osai, who started that game against Gabon as a right back. In long one there, but again, Victor Smith looking isolated up front.
Usually for the Super Eagles, it's mostly isolated. I think due to the fact that the Super Eagles still lacks a playmaker, and with the skills Chukwueze have, he could have just slotted like a Steval, but the lack of consistency. I don't know, the concentration, maybe he loses concentration. And then one of the things I like that Eric Shell has done is to revert back to the Super Eagles of old, slow and steady. They build it up gradually. Now, this is not a pacey Super Eagles whereby you play and you start running. No. Look at how they've tried to slow down the tempo of the game. And I noticed they did that a lot against Benin too. They did it against Gabon. It looks like this guy is beginning to get his his game plan right for the Super Eagles. But one thing is the concentration level.
Yes, Congo coming forward against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, chasing that equalizer in the first half, straight into the 27th minute. Still Congo in possession. What would they make out of that? In the box. With this great chance for them to send the cross, still returns it out there, cross into the box. This time around, it's another corner kick to Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 27 minutes. This game is now looking like an AFCON final.
Yeah, it's looking like an AFCON final. The DR Congo is beginning to bring the game to the Super Eagles, and I just hope that the Super Eagles can take advantage of this lead and kill off the game. Just extend the lead. If they are 2-0 down, they keep getting weaker. The more they get weaker, the more they are exposed to more mistakes, and the Super Eagles can take it off from there.
Yes, so defensive work for the Super Eagles, and it's a corner kick for DR Congo right there at the 27th minute. As a look to stage a comeback against Nigeria. Don't forget they got that goal in the 91st minute against Cameroon from a corner kick situation also. Let's see if Stanley Wambali will have the end of these. All the Nigerian defenders are defending with all their life in this account of Franco Yeka having a duel right there with the Congolese player sporting jersey number 22 and the captain Mubemba, who got on that goal against Cameroon. That should be a goal kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, it's a goal kick added 28 minutes. We're gradually moving close to half an hour mark of football. The St. Mali Stadium at Nigeria 1 of Congo 0 as it stands.
Yeah, so far so good. The game is looking more like a final. If you check the way the Super Eagles score first, you first think maybe it will be a one-sided game. But DR Congo, kudos to them. They began to grow back into this encounter. You've seen them create some chances. But one thing is, they've really looked dangerous on the...
That's not to be a look out to Victor Osimhen. That's what the referee thinks. Still having way done with the Nigerian striker and Galatasaray striker. Talking about the referee Gelado Jaid from Morocco. He's a referee who loves the yellow card. He averaged 5.33 yellow cards per games, and he has 0.33 red cards. History. That was a dangerous one. I hope VAR won't be having a view of that. So he has lost place to continue right there at the 29th minute of this encounter. Well, if there's one thing Nigerians won't really want to see, it's a red card to that man called Victor Osimhen.
That's why we keep complaining about that unnecessary yellow card against Gabon.
It was so unnecessary because there was no point, taking off your jersey and celebrating.
Nigeria was already leading. Yes, for you lost a golden chance. Yes, we agree, but for what? It's not as if it's the winning goal. Had it been is the winning goal, it would have been understandable. And I think that he should be very careful in this encounter. And thankfully, that the Super Eagles are already leading in this one, so there's no need to really be aggressive. And Ademola,
That's miscued on there from Adebola Lukman, but what's it called? DR Congo will go out in transition against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Earlier in possession, Chukwueze bring it down earlier there, so it's a free kick to DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It looks like we have what's it called? Samuel Chukwueze playing in the free role for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in this game.
Yeah, it looks more like it. And though a lot of mistakes from the passes, but he has really done he has really joined the marking, running around chasing balls, and that's the way to go. Everybody chasing down every loose ball, every attempt at getting to the defense, chase them down, and everybody is defending as much as they are attacking, and that's the way to go.
All right,
Chukwueze can do that.
in this counter. Almost got a gift there to the DR Congo side, and Wambi second on the ball there for DR Congo. Wally makes out of that and returns it back to find Mukau. And Mukau looks in well into the midfield, finds his teammate as DR Congo stage an attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Onto the wing there finds Bakambu with his bare chance almost into the box there, but Frederick reading that brilliantly, and it's a throw into DR Congo. We're straight into the 31st minute of this encounter. Barely 14 more minutes to play in this first half. And Nigeria leading by a solidarity goal scored by Franco Yeka in the 3rd minute of this encounter. We've got 27 minutes into this game. After that goal, 27 minutes after that goal, but still no second goal to showcase in this game.
Yeah, still no second goal. We've scored, the two teams come close. The ball won by spilled, and also the lack of communication in between the two Nigerian players in the box. And I think that so far the game has been done.
Nigeria finds himself in the box. Victor Osimhen tries across. This time around, there was nobody getting onto that, and too short to get onto the part of Ademola Lookman. Back in play is DR Congo in possession against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 32nd minute of this game. Still 1-0 Nigerian lead. DR Congo attacking right there from their own box and coming slowly into the Nigerian half. What will they make after that? Sends it onto the wing there. Tries to play in Bakambu, but Nigeria regains possession. Here in the middle of the park, we have Samuel Chukwueze on the ball there. Dribbles straight and finds a way to drop a pass into the part of his teammate Benjamin Frederick on the ball. Looks inward and finds his teammate there. Benjamin Frederick on the ball there. Finds his Nigerian teammate. Indeed, if I'm not mistaken, there, who finds his defender there. Coming forward there is Calvin Bassey. Bassey tries to play it inward there, finds Ademola Lookman. Lookman losing possession. Yes, DR Congo attacking against Nigeria. Here might just be a chance for the equalizer for DR Congo. It will be losing possession. DR Congo send the one straight into the box, and that is the equalizer. And DR Congo are back in this one. What a gift there by the Super Eagles of Nigeria earlier with the equalizer.
Yeah, it's 1-1 right there in Morocco.
And that was a gift there.
That was a gift. And needless. You know, we keep complaining about this over and
right
over
from Alex,
again.
he will be losing possession in the midfield. And the Nigerian defender there, let me see who.
Alex Iwobi was too careless in the midfield right there. How did you lose the ball right there and just stay?
And this is not the first time. I remember that game against Gabon, losing so many balls in the middle of the park. Look at that there, lost possession, and DR Congo tries to attack. Look at how much space the Nigerian defenders afforded DR Congo there, and earlier coming into the park there, and that was a gift there. Let me see who actually dropped that onto the part of earlier. I think that has to be Semi Ajayi.
No, he didn't.
It was like Free Semi Ajayi. Let's see that again. That was Wilfred Ndidi actually gifting earlier that assist for that goal for DR Congo. What a way for DR Congo to
there
come
was
back in this
nothing
one.
else in
There was
Ndidi
nothing.
could do.
No, he could have slipped that away from he could have even slide it out to a corner kick. Was
yeah,
even better
corner kick.
but what a way for DR Congo to come back into this one. So, Meshak earlier at the 32nd minute gave out DR Congo a well-deserved equalizer against the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
And this is what we keep saying. When you have your chances, convert them. And now they are back, and they will look a lot stronger because they've grown from what they were in the 3rd minute that they considered that goal to what they are right now. And I think that is going to be one long night of football if Nigeria really doesn't take this bull by the horn.
Okay, as let's see if the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be coming back into this one against DR Congo. Here is Nigeria in possession, looks to attack, lost possession. When it comes to being strong, I think the DR Congo side are physically stronger than the Super Eagles of Nigeria in this encounter. It's 1-1 at the 35th minute of this encounter. 10 more minutes to play in this first half. Ademola Lookman, how will you rate his performance in this first half?
He has been below par. I think it was the one who dropped that silly pass that led to the goal actually, and I think too many loose balls in the midfield. The manager has to do something about that. It's just so painful that they didn't get to the halftime with that lead. But hey, they really, really need to go into this game. Calvin Bassey with the ball right now. And yes, after the Super Eagles had conceded that ball, Calvin Bassey will try to pick his teammate and send the ball to no man's land. And so DR Congo are playing from defense to attack and send the ball forward, but they couldn't keep it in possession, and that would be a throw-in to the Super Eagles of Nigeria right there. And yes, it is happening in Morocco. It's living up to be a playoff final. The Super Eagles drew the first blood, but the Congolese relentlessly came back into this one, and they are looking stronger than ever. And the Super Eagles has been struggling to build up from defense to attack, and that straight pass from to Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman with the ball, and wins the corner kick.
It's a good kick. That's a good kick there. Yeah, starting 6 minutes gone in this encounter. It's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. What a way to equalize in this encounter. Let's see that again. Ademola Lookman. Ooh, that should have been a penalty if he has stood his ground or if he has stayed on the ground there, because he was actually brought down there. But Nigerian striker, winger, came back onto his feet and continued play there. But DR Congo will take that gift and restart game there. It's still 1-1 as it stands right there. 37th minute of the encounter gone. Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1, and DR Congo growing into this one. Nigeria regaining possession, losing possession almost in quick succession. And here we have DR Congo returns back to the goalkeeper. Passing holds onto the ball there for DR Congo. A long one tries to play in Mobuku. I couldn't get onto that. And Nigeria gains possession. DR Congo, it has really been a big area duel between the Nigerians and the DR Congo side. Nigeria back in possession. They return that back to the goalkeeper. Starting one ball. That might. Oh my God. Oh my God. Seems there was a tackle there. The referee says that might just be that should be a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, as what's it called?
Calvin
Bassey was brought down. Even if there was an experienced striker, or let me say if there was a flexible striker going into the parts of Nwabali, there probably would have won his team with penalty.
Yeah, he probably would have won it because he would have put him on that, or maybe a faster attacker right there. But they survived that 137 minutes of that encounter. Nwabali sends this one forward. And yes, Osime tries to contest that one. It's Nigeria 1, Congo 1 in that game already. Final of the playoff, it won't be easy. You have to really, really want it and want it the most. So who wants it the most? Most likely might get it at the end of the day. But sometimes in football, you never know. You never know.
We're straight in our 38th minute, approaching the 39th minute of this encounter. Nigeria started this game leading on fire in this one. Franco Yeka with the first goal at the 3rd minute. Meshak Elia equalized at the 32nd minute for Democratic Republic of Congo. They are really dreaming and hoping they get a victory over the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Still a lot of time to go in this one. A free kick from the Super Eagles of Nigeria into the Congo DR box there. Here's the Super Eagles in possession. That should be a corner kick to Nigeria, but the Nigerian players wanted a penalty, but the referee says that is a corner kick. Beautiful shot there from Victor Osimhen. That was well deflected there by the Congolese defender. So it's a corner kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria right there at the 38th minute, and it's Samuel Chukwueze. We saw the first corner kick from him. That was a terrible one. Let's see if he will make amends with this one. Into the box there. And that took a deflection off a Nigerian player. For the second time, Nigeria coming to defend for DR Congo. But yeah, they have a defensive work to do, as DR Congo will lead an attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Frederick trying to bring him down. Referee says it's a free kick, and let's see if that's going to be a yellow card. Referee allows place to continue, rather says that was a fair challenge from the Nigerian defender on the goal scorer earlier there. Frederick, the 20 years old defender there, who is currently growing into the thick of action.
Honestly, he's really growing into the game.
It reminds me of a certain Joseph Yobo. You know, Joseph Yobo had the ability of playing as a right back and also playing as a centre back for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's 1-1 as it stands, and we are getting close into the 40th minute of this game. Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1.
Yeah, Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Yes, a lot of intriguing movement still awaits in this encounter, because yes, it's still 1-1. It's balanced in Morocco right there. The Super Eagles drew the first block, But DR Congo came back into this one. Well, will the Super Eagles also respond the same way they responded against the Gabonese? And one thing I just want to mention also is that how can this team not learn from their mistakes against Gabon? Get a goal, concede again avoidable goals. This game again, they've considered an avoidable goal.
Let's see if they can come back in this one the way they did against DR Congo, against Gabon, coming back to win that game 4-1 after scoring the first goal in the 78th minute, conceded an equalizer at the 88th minute, 89th minute rather, before going, going. I don't even know how to qualify
going
that.
AWOL.
In the extra time and getting 3 extra goals. Victor Osimhen getting 2 goals in the extra time, and also we saw Chidera Ejuke also getting a goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in that encounter. But yeah, it's 1-1 in this one. Franco Yeka with the first goal earlier, equalizing at the 32nd minute. And here we are, the 41st minute, 4 more minutes to play in first half regulation time. Nigerian possession looking to get back into the lead against the Congolese. And yes, Nigerian possession. Congo doing a lot of defending against the Super Eagles. Samuel Chukwueze with the ball.
What is this?
Lost possession as they throw into Congo right there at the 41st minute. If I'm the manager, Eric Chele, I think I'll be making the halftime substitution and taking Samuel Chukwueze out of this game.
Chukwueze and Ademola Lookman.
And those were the 2 substitutions he made against what's it called?
Gabon.
Against Gabon.
Yeah.
But let's see if he has that courage of taking out Ademola Lookman, the current African Footballer of the Year in this encounter. Nigeria gets possession. Referee spotted an infringement, says it's going to be a free kick to DR Congo at the 42nd minute. 3 more minutes to play in this first half.
Yeah, 3 more minutes to
I
play.
think this should have been allowed to play on. Yes, Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Benjamin Frederick doing the God's work there, defending that, and it's a throw into DR Congo against the Super Eagles of 42nd minute on our clock here, right there in the Premier Sport Fan Center studio. Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1 in this one. I think the first half might be ended this way.
Yeah, it might be, but the Super Eagles should also be careful because they've been growing into this game, but you know the defensive awareness, they lost that awareness, considered one. And they can't afford to lose it again.
Oh, yes, a long one. DR Congo in possession against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria back in possession. That should be a free kick to the Super Eagles. Yes, rightly given there by the referee. And that was a tackle there from this number 7 player for DR Congo. Went into that tackle. Mbuku, the standing striker there, got a kick against the Nigeria defender there. I think that was a wayward tackle there. But the referee says that was a challenge. That was a challenge not worthy of a yellow card, but a free kick to the Super Eagles. But Benjamin Frederick is not back on his feet right now. 43rd minute of this encounter. I asked the question during the Nigerian Gabon game because we had the Sanusi Saidu who plays as the left back. Yes, even before his ACL injury, we know him to be Nigerian's left back. But we've seen Bruno Oyemiachi playing as the left back, and Bruno is a lover of sending crosses into the box. That is one thing we've not really seen from Saidu. Do you think Bruno should be starting ahead of Saidu, or is Saidu's stability at the back needed more than Bruno's crosses?
I think looking at since Saidu came back into the setup, the left-hand side of this defense has been a bit consistent. You can't take the first goal Nigeria scored away from his attacking moves, and I think that he has given the left back more balance than it had under Bruno Oyemiachi.
Okay, as Nigeria attacking there, Victor Osimhen gets onto the end of the ball for Nigeria. Here is Saidu Sanusi on the ball there, returns it into the midfield, finds Franco Oyeka. Oyeka finds his teammate Iwobi, returns it back to Oyeka. And Franco Oyeka on the ball there for the Super Eagles. Drops a lofty ball onto the part of Saidu. Saidu Sanusi on the ball there, finds Ademola Lookman. Lookman holds onto the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, finds his way. Yeah, it might just be a chance. Alex Iwobi tries the shots there. Easily defended there by the DR Congo defenders. Yeah, he's the Nigerian defender, Calvin Bassi. Tries a big run there, but was brought down there. It's going to be a free kick out to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. A referee with 5.33 average yellow cards, but yet to dish out a yellow card in this first half.
Yeah, I think the way Calvin Bassi went down, maybe he would have dished it. Oh, that was not a yellow card. I think it was just a touch. right there.
So it's a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but this is a team without a free kick specialist. Gone are the days of the likes of JJ Okocha, Wisin Oruma, Christian Obodo playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. These days, they are not free kick specialists anymore.
Yeah, no free kick specialist. And we just hope that one can arise in the pipeline. When there's room like this, it's a chance for one of the players to step up. So
Yes, at the
will
moment,
they step
we'll
up?
be standing on this. I also have Samuel Chukwueze standing on this. He's going to take this on the jersey number 7 or the jersey number 11 for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And this is the 45th minute on the mark there in this encounter. It's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1.
Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Free kick it is for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What will they make do with this? Will it be 2-1 on the scoreboard? Or will it be another attempt at the end of the day? Played quickly by Ademola Lookman, but cleared by the solid, rock solid defense of DR Congo right there. It showed that maybe the Super Eagles was just lucky to go 1-0 up.
Yeah, that's what it's currently looking like. Because when you look at the setup of the DR Congo defense, I think they are really solid at the back. Unlike that gifter that was gifted by the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and you can see how much they've actually handled Victor Osimhen's presence at the front. It shows that yes, they know what they are doing. If I'm the manager, I think I'll be going double up front there, either bringing Akpo Adams or bringing
I think
Arukodare up front. To
double up
for Victor
yeah,
Osimhen, because
so that the pressure.
of work Victor Osimhen is doing up front, and they are really sandwiching him in that.
Yeah, attack. Too many players on him. Anytime he gets the ball, they double up on him. So I think he needs one player.
So why are you preferring Tolu or Akpo Adams?
I think Akpo Adams, because Akpo Adams is more mobile than Tolu. Adibin Nigeria wants to start loading the box, then we can go the way of Tolu. But Akpo Adams, as it is for me, but where the manager goes, he sees them every day in training. And look at that careless pass.
3 minutes additional time here. Yes, another careless pass from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we attack for DR Congo and finds Elia on the ball there. Nigeria gets possession. Referee says that is a free kick.
Why did Calvin Bassey touch the guy that has lost the ball already? Why are they making these silly errors? Why?
So we have a DR Congo with a free kick against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The second minute of 3 minutes additional time. This man Elia,
he lost the ball already. Why push him?
Pressure, I guess is fast becoming a menace against the Super Eagles in this encounter. Free kick out of DR Congo right here. And Nigeria has one over. The last defenders not to make in this first half. Hope this will lead to a second goal for DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Standing one ball is the goalkeeper Mbuku. Mbuku rather is standing on this free kick for DR Congo. We have Bakam in the box there, long one into the box there, easily caught out there by the Super Eagles of Nigeria. DR Congo still in possession. Victor Osimhen will charge that, but returns the back to the goalkeeper Mpasi. There's no way the Galatasaray man is going to get onto that. And we have the ball on the feet of the DR Congo goalkeeper. Talking about Mpasi, who plays for Le Havre in the French Ligue 1. We're straight into the third minute of 3 minutes additional time, and it looks like yes, this game is destined for 1-1 at halftime.
Yeah, it looks like it's destined for 1-1, and so far it has been a balanced game. But I think the Congolese has been better organized than the Super Eagles right there.
Another free kick out to DR Congo. This should be one of the last piece of first half attack in this encounter, because we're over the third minute in this one. And it's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. The free kick to DR Congo. And they will be okay. They will be happy with the score line going into the halftime against the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Yeah, they will be happy. Going 1-0 down in the final is not easy. And finding your way back calmly with the way they did, yeah, you have to give them some accolades and give them their
in the qualifiers, they lost just 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, that qualifiers, and that 2 games were was against one, if not the best team in Africa. I'm talking about what's it called, Senegal, who defeated them. Yeah, did long one there, but Nigerian goalkeeper will gather that for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Standing one bally on the ball there for Nigeria, and the referee says that he has seen enough of the first half. And at the end of the first 45 minutes of what has been an entertaining and physical field game, it's Nigeria 1, not DR Congo 1. What a first 45 minutes we've seen. Mate.
Yeah, unlike the other semi-finals, which we didn't actually see goals in the first half, we've seen 2 in the finals. It shows that the team The two teams have goals in them, and let's see who will go out tops at the end of the day. But the Super Eagles has lost a golden chance, taking
Not
that
just one,
lead.
not just one goal, not just one chances. One chance has been missed by the
Honestly,
Super Eagles in the first half. I can't really count how many chances they've let gone in this first half of this counter. But let's see if they can stage a comeback in the second half of this counter. There's still
yeah,
big 45 minutes to play, and if possibly we don't get a winner in the next 45 minutes, we'll go straight into extra time.
that's
Then
that
there's
time.
possibly
Penalties.
penalties at the end of this encounter. But let's look at the performance from the Super Eagles players in the first half. We'll start with Victor Osimhen, the talisman for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Mbemba, the captain of DR Congo, and Trozebe seems to have done a very good job on the Nigerian striker.
Yeah, they've done a good job on him, but Nigeria has not maximized that because when they double up on him, they leave spaces, and that's where who is in behind. That's why the second striker is very important. Who is in behind to bring those balls into the back of the net?
Okay, also we talk about Ademola Lookman and Samuel Chukwueze, who seems to be absent in this encounter.
Yeah, really absent. Ademola Lookman has really struggled, but he has had one or two good moments, like the pass he dropped, that miscommunication, and that would have been a golden chance to go to nil up. The Super Eagles needs to improve.
And there's no way we'll talk about this first one without talking about some miscommunications from the Super Eagles defender. Twice, attacking guys rather. Twice we've seen them, come into blocking and doing defensive work for the Congolese defender. And don't you think they should be communicating better amongst themselves?
It's very important for them to communicate better because look at it, they could have been 3-0 up or thereabout. Lack of communication. I think maybe that is coming with the pressure in the game. And I think they need to calm down, just slow down and do the needful at the end of the day. Just get the goals and keep it tight at the back. It's not too much to ask.
Okay, that is actually not too much to ask of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but it's not what we'll talk about this game without talking about DR Congo in this account. And one man who has really been a big thorn in the flesh of the Nigerian has to be the goal scorer, Helia. He was in the right place at the right time for that goal.
It was just a gift. I think Ndidi could have just stretched the ball like he wants to clear it for a corner kick rather than controlling the ball. So I think he got the timing wrong. He could have just stepped it like he wants to clear it. He would have gone beyond the attacker, and that would have saved Nigeria's blushes. But Ndidi, you can't really blame him too much for that. I think Calvin Bassey, where was he? Because that was his role that Shemi Ajayi, who was supposed to be where Ndidi is, had to go and cover up for him.
Again, also talking about on this DR Congo side and looking at their last 5 matches, they defeated South Sudan 4-1, also defeated lost to Senegal 3-2, defeated Togo 1-0, defeated Sudan 1-0, and also defeating Cameroon 1-0. So one thing is certain, they are not a side who scores loads of goals, but one thing is also certain, they know how to defend. That is what we've seen from this first half. How do you think is the best way for the Super Eagles to penetrate through this Congo defense?
Yeah, I think just take your chances. Just take your chances. This is not as if the Super Eagles have not have their chances, but the taking of chances. The communication in the final third is very, very important. The communication. The defender here made a mistake.
And the goalkeeper was going to gather
He
that.
was going to gather it. Just took a deflection, and it was an unlucky goal to concede. And sometimes football can be fair, and they were given a golden chance to come back, and they took it.
Okay, going straight to the Nigerians bench where we have Maduka Okoye, Amas Obasoge, goalkeeper. Also, William Trus-Ekong, the captain, is on the bench. Bright Osai Samuel, the right back for the first game against Gabon, finds himself on the bench tonight. Bruno Oyemachi, Chidoze, Awazim, Chidera, Ejuke. We also have Rafael Yedika, Alazan Yusuf, Akol Adams, Tolu Arukodare, Moses Simon on the bench for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Which of those players do you think might be coming in the second half to change the face of this game?
I think Akol Adams and Moses Simon, or Tolu Arukodare and Moses Simon, because I think they need more presence in the box. Osimhen alone, I don't think can really do the needful in this encounter. I think they need to double up on him and make sure that one guy comes in and at least lifts up some pressure off him.
So you'll be taking Samuel Chukwu Eze out, or is it Frank
Yeah.
Oyeka you will be replacing in the
No, no,
midfield?
no. I need Frank
The midfield should
Oyeka.
be left the way
He
it is.
should the marking duties. Is still a lot of work for the despite they being to.
Look at this goal again. Let's talk about that equalizer from DR Congo. I think look at that. There was still a lot of place, a lot of time for Wilfred Ndidi to even clear it to the other side of his goal post.
Yeah, I don't know why he chose to control that ball. Oh, I think that was what he could do. If you look at the time of flight of that ball, you see, he just had to stretch the last leg. So I don't
The
think
goalkeeper
he had
there,
the
but there
time.
was nothing the goalkeeper could do to stop that goal scored by Elia there. And Elia, you have to really give it to his timing there. I think
Yeah,
he foresaw Wilfred Ndidi, misjudging that ball there.
Yeah, and you have to give it to the guy who put the cross into the box. He really put in a well-timed cross at the right place at the right time, and to meet up the only Congo player, DR Congo player in the box, and that's the way to go.
Okay, going straight to the bench of DR Congo, where we have Matteo Epolo, Timothy Fayulu, both goalkeepers. Also, Gideon Kalulu, Steve Kapualdi. We also have Rocky Bushiri Kiranga. We also have Charles Piquel, Mario Strokens, Michael Angel Balwisha, Edo Konyembe, Samuel Esende, Fiston Mayele, and Brian Chipenga on the bench. It seems like this is the very best starting 11 or the best set of their players who have come into this game against the Super Eagles.
Yeah, I think that's the best setup for the Super Eagles so far. Look at that goal again.
And you
I
hardly
think
see-
Femi Ajayi afforded him too many.
And you hardly see the Super Eagles, give this room or give these openings at the back in
It
games.
was just Calvin Bassey. Look at Calvin Bassey just trying
Out
to
of
get
position
that
there.
out of position.
And where was Semi Ajayi in the defense there? Okay, this was Semi Ajayi coming
He
to
had to
cover.
go and
He had to
cover
come,
up
he had
for
to come and cover in or cover up for what's it called for Calvin Bassey in that situation. So as it stands right now, it's 1-1 between Nigeria and DR Congo. While we are waiting on the second half of this encounter, what are your expectations for the second half? Anyway, back into this game for the Super Eagles.
Yeah, I think that there's a way back. There are guys on the bench who can come in and do a decent job. And I think that some of the guys need to be replaced. Mostly Chukwueze and probably Ademola Lookman. They've been losing too many balls and they are putting the midfield and the defense under a lot of pressure.
Okay, we have a big second half to come. It is a counter between Nigeria and DR Congo. Let's see if the Nigerian manager Eric Chelle will be making some substitution at the stages of the second half. I will go for a quick breather. When we come back, it's going to be the second half of this encounter.
Hello, my name is Yinka Adebi, and this is Premier Sports Fan Center. You're welcome live here to our edition of Talk Sports for this session. This is Talk Sport, and as you know, you viewers out there, listeners all over the world, this is where we discuss football, we discuss games, we discuss sports in general. But tonight we're focusing our Talk Sport podcast on football. Tonight's edition is titled The Global Football Chaos. We have various topics ranging from the Ronaldo's red card that just happened yesterday. We had UCL shocks and a lot of transfer wars and rumors here and there. I want you to come along. And before we go along, I want to introduce to you the special people that will be dissecting tonight's Talk Sport with me. And I have the gentleman from my far left, Yemite, right here with me. Yemite, you're welcome to the show.
Good evening, the doc. Good evening, Polo. It's so good to be back, and a lot on the menu tonight.
A lot on the menu tonight, and we also have right here in the studio Poloski.
Yeah, good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone in the studio. Thanks for having me. So excited to be back. And a lot has happened in recent days. And yesterday we saw, how Nigeria, defeated what they call them now, the Gabon. And can't wait to analyze the full details of the match.
Right, thank you. Polo said we can't wait to analyze the games and the things that went down recently in the world of football. As I said, welcome back once again. This is a home of real football talk and real debates and real analysis with passion. That's why you're here. That's why we're here to dissect things for you. Today's episode is so loaded. We're talking about Ronaldo's shocking red card. It is first ever red card for Portugal. And that's remarkable because he's played over 236 games for Portugal and he's getting just one red card, and there's so much noise about that. We're going to talk about that as we go on. We're talking about Manchester United's big transfer moves and a massive scandal happening in the world of Turkey. Oh my goodness. Turkey is experiencing a very big challenge right now in the world of football betting and sportsmanship. And we're going to be talking about that as well. Our pot is loaded also. We're looking at AFCON. The fever is building up for AFCON coming up starting in December. And we're also looking at the Lewandowski issue with Barcelona. Lewandowski, we know, is 37 years old and is almost out of his prime, as we know, but this guy is still doing fantastic things, even right at the dawn. The dusk of his football career. And we're going to be highlighting the future as well, right here, where we're looking at the departing, we're looking at the incoming Lamine Yamal also for Barcelona. Then there was the shocker, Real Madrid Liverpool in the UCL recently, and we saw how Liverpool tore Real Madrid apart, and who would have expected that? We're going to be talking about that as well. So you're welcome tonight for this show. Let's get straight into the action, and right now we're looking first of all at the Ronaldo's era. Is it the end of an era for a legend like Ronaldo, or was just an happenstance that will soon go away? Ronaldo, we know. Cristiano, he's 40 years of age and he received his first red card for his international career yesterday, November the 13th, 2025. He got it from a brutal elbow on one of Portugal's FIFA qualifiers. The world is split right now. Was it frustration? Was it a decline in performance? Or simply the legend is refusing to fade away? So I'm going to throw the first question here to my far left here. Yemite, is this red card a sign of decline, or was it just a moment of frustration from a legend who still wants to compete at the highest level from your own point of view?
I think it's just frustration, coupled with the fact that they were trailing, and sometimes where you just don't expect the scoreline that you see, sometimes you can have a rash reaction to it.
And then welcome back to Premier Sports Fans Center, and it's the watch along of the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and DR Congo in the final of the CAF FIFA World Cup playoff. One of these teams is going to qualify for the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff, which two FIFA World Cup slots are on the line to be gained at that Intercontinental Playoff. So right now it's Nigeria 1, the DR Congo 1. We are about to restart up the second half. Yes, coming into the before the break, you were talking about your expectations from the manager, the substitutions you are expecting, but we can see the players back on the pitch, and it seems that Eric Chell is still confident enough with the set of players who started this game.
I think Akko Adams has come up.
Let's see if Nigeria made any substitution at halftime coming into this encounter. But we can see the players are back on the pitch as Ademola Lookman on the pitch. I think Akko Adams will make it into the game. Let's see how the approach of this game, probably before the 60th minute, if Nigeria will be forced into making a substitution. How they sustain themselves in the early stages of the second half is what really matters, because DR Congo will want to come out against them in the early stages.
And that's the way to go.
Yes, and Nigeria in possession of the ball. They're almost looking for the second goal, just the same way they scored it in the first half. But that was a good reading there from the DR Congo defender. DR Congo in possession of the ball against Nigeria right now. Nigeria regains possession, lost possession almost immediately to DR Congo, who clears the lines and sends a long one into the Nigerian half. What is the goalkeeper doing there? Stan Wabali will come out to gather that for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And it's a 1-1 as it stands right now. The restart of the second half. We are streaming on up Premier Sports Fans Center as a commentary based on program and watch along one where we'll give you analysis, a minute by minute analysis of what is going on in this game of football. Victor Osimhen has been replaced in this encounter.
My goodness.
Maybe injury. So Akko Adams has been thrown into this encounter. So there is now the danger for Nigeria.
Wow. I'm speechless.
Well, instead of bringing Akko, why not Tolu Arokodare, who would have been a like-for-like substitution? No one ever saw that coming. Victor Osimhen being replaced at halftime. Let's just open where we get the information of probably the reason why he was replaced at halftime. Could be injury.
But to be fair, on DR Congo too, they lost their Wissa also. So they are playing without Wissa. So let's see how they will cope. Without
what Akko Adams bringing into this game, talking about the Sevilla striker who got Nigeria's first goal against Gabon in the earlier fixture, in the semi-final fixture rather. So it's a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We can see Akko Adams, and one man who has been on the lips of every Nigerian has to be Victor Boniface.
Yeah,
he used to be that joy of a player every Nigerian always wants to see on the list on the pitch, but right now it seems to have dropped down the pecking order.
Honestly, he has dropped down the pecking order, and that was a good ball into the box by Benjamin Frederick, but well cleared by the captain of the DR Congo. I just hope that Victor Osimhen is okay. Most likely it will be injuries that caused this.
Yes, and DR Congo coming out against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but easily cleared there by Calvin Bassey for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to clear that danger. They were almost putting themselves in against DR Congo. DR Congo coming all out smoking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria in this second half. Nigeria back in possession against DR Congo. What would they make out of that? Drops a pass there and quietly played in between themselves in the middle of the park. Semi Ajayi called into action there. And Semi will come forward with the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Finds it and returns it back to Calvin Bassey. Bassey holds onto the ball for Nigeria there. What will he make out of that? Returns it onto the wing. Finds Saidu Sanusi. Sanusi looks inward there. Finds Ademola Lookman. Returns it back to the Nigeria goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. Nwabali drops it into the path of Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi will come forward with the ball for Nigeria. Returns it onto the wing. Finds Benjamin Frederick. Frederick back to the goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. DR Congo taking their time to build momentum in this one and try to frustrate the Super Eagles and force them to go long in this one.
Yeah, they forced them to go long successfully. And at the end of the day, they lose possession easily in that one, and DR Congo back or lost possession against the Super Eagles, and now the Super Eagles playing without their talisman Victor.
It's really going to be a longer 43 minutes to play without Victor
Long
Osimhen.
one.
Though yes, he didn't get it going in the first half, but we can't take away anything from his presence. Even his presence on the field is terrific against any opponent. And now without Victor Osimhen, let's see what Adams Ako brings to it. So what do you think Adam will be bringing into this?
I think he'll be bringing that calmness up front, but I think he's not as aggressive as Victor Osimhen. Osimhen chase every balls, puts the defense under pressure, and I think a lot of times that energy.
But it was really confident. It was really evident in the first half that Osimhen wasn't really comfortable. Probably, maybe the injury is the reason why Nigeria had to be forced into making that substitution of taking Victor Osimhen out of this.
And it would have been a lot better if Nigeria was leading at that halftime. He withdrew, and they just know that they will just try to exploit the defense of the opponent. But now, Nigeria needs to find, because the way Nigeria plays is shaped more to accommodate Osimhen. And right now, we don't know what's next that will happen.
I guess Ako Adams is also a fantastic striker on his own day. Let's see what he brings into this one for Nigeria against against DR Congo. Yes, that is the only substitution made by Nigeria. Ako Adams will replace Victor Osimhen. Here we have DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They're growing into confidence across into the box there. Well, I eluded Bakambu there into the ends of the Nigerian goalkeeper. It's a goal kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 52nd minute. I can see your momentum dropping after that Osimhen withdrawal.
Honestly, you sense fire on the mountain. Because apart from being attacking, you see a lot of balls Osimhen defended, headed out during set piece. And Ako Adams doesn't have that presence like Victor Osimhen has. To go at and the defense now, we actually have a good day to really relax and join the attack. Now their defense had the presence of Osimhen, trouble there, but what is this?
A foul against Nigeria there. There's Mbamba, the captain there, who was brought now in that Mbemba, sorry, was brought down in that situation there. So the captain of DR Congo, he's always like Iron Man at the defense, at the heart of the defense for DR Congo. Finds up his defensive teammate there, Trump-Zebe of Bali there, will go straight to the wing and finds a Masuaku with the ball there for DR Congo. Tries to bring one into the box there, but Nigeria clears the lines. Semi Ajayi called into action. Returns it back to the Nigerian goalkeeper, Stanley Ouabali, who finds Calvin Bassey on the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria there. As it comes in, there finds Wilfred Ndidi, who returns it back to Bassey. And Bassey holds on to the ball there. You can see the good defensive work DR Congo are doing on the Super Eagles in this encounter. The way they sandwiched down the Nigeria makes it hard for them to, find themselves and find those pocket passes in this encounter. DR Congo will come out to attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they chase out his second goal against Nigeria with this very chance for their second goal. And that is a long shot there. That took a weekend deflection. It's a corner kick for DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 52nd minute of this encounter. The first corner kick in the second half.
And you just have to give it to DR Congo, the way they've contained the Super Eagles. Now that shot was blocked by Onyeka, and that was a risky block too. He could deflect on target right there. Corner kick to DR Congo, and now the pressure is really eating up. And let's see if there will be surprise. Yeah.
And into the box there, was straight into the hands of the Nigerian goalkeeper. Well deflected one there by that man. We've not really seen much from him in this encounter. Cedric Bakambu,
he was going
in. Cedric Bakambu, the Real Betis of striker, almost getting that second goal for the DR Congo. But the Nigerian goalkeeper says, no, I'm going to gather that. And finds up his defense, his teammate there, Calvin Bassey. Bassey with a long one tries to play in Ademola Lookman. These long balls have not been working in this encounter. Ademola Lookman with the ball there, losing possession almost immediately to the DR Congo defender, and DR Congo in possession of the ball. They've really done a good work at the back of keeping the Nigerian attacker strikers silent in this one as a look to build a transition against Nigeria, attack against the Nigerians there right there at the 54th minute. But Nigeria back in possession of the ball, returns it back to Calvin Bassi, not wanting it to spoil in his own end, clears out the lines, but halfway into the part of DR Congo, and DR Congo will look straight to go to the weak and finds Mukau looks at what they finds his teammates. Yes, DR Congo attacking against Super Eagles of Nigeria. Would that be a chance for a second goal? It's into the eyes of the Nigerian goalkeeper. Stanley Wambadi who got us that at the 55th minute, which means we've seen 10 minutes of action played in the second half, and it's still Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1.
Yeah, Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. That was a close one right there for DR Congo, having a chance to go against the Super Eagles. So 55th minute of action right there, and it's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Yes, Victor Osimhen was replaced at halftime. Looks like the Nigerian player, the Nigerian coach, will have some questions to answer.
He says the drop in momentum even from the Nigerian players. You know, the way they were going direct when they had Victor Osimhen up front, that has really dropped off from the Nigeria side. I just hope that there's a good explanation for why Victor Osimhen had to be withdrawn in that situation. I hope he's not injured. We're still waiting to get the news of why that happened in the second.
You just have to talk about the way the Congolese has contained the Super Eagles. They've really contained it and limit the Super Eagles to too many error passes and all. So they've really contained the Super Eagles this second half so far. And I think that maybe the guys are jittery with the absence of Victor Osimhen. But it looks more like, maybe this second half will be a long day on the field of play.
That's how long it can be in this account, but gradually DR Congo are coming up against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They chase out the second goal in this one into the box there. But Nigeria clears the lines halfway there. Still half clear there. Still DR Congo in possession. Another cross into the box there. But easily cut out there. We have the captain on the ball there, who finds Wan-Bissaka on the ball, returns back into the middle of the park. Here is DR Congo coming out to attack against Super Eagles of Nigeria. 57 minutes gone in this encounter. We have barely 3 minutes away from 1 hour mark of football. And it's DR Congo everywhere on the pitch right now.
One thing the absence of Victor Osimhen will do to them is they will come out. They will really come out, and I hope that
penalty. That is it given?
No.
We have the DR Congo players wanting a penalty from that situation there. And the referee says it's going to be a goal kick. I'm very sure VAR will be interested in having a view of that. Yes, we have VAR checking that to see if that was worthy of a penalty to DR Congo. But that was a careless one there from Frederick.
That was a careless one. Oh, that's not.
I don't think he got the leg. I don't think he got the leg.
He didn't get the leg.
Okay, it's a goal kick. The referee is not interested in that. But that was also a careless one. He needs to be very much careful. And it seems that Nigeria will be picking that substitution. And 2 substitutions for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We have Samuel Chukwueze and Ademola Lukman being replaced. And it's Moses Simon and also Ejuke be thrown into this encounter right now. We saw both of them coming into that game against Gabon. I know they did a bit of magic for Nigeria to stage a comeback in that one. So let's see if they'll be bringing that magic stick into this one.
Yeah, let's see if they can bring that magic stick into this encounter and maybe get the Super Eagles that important ticket at the end of the day. So throwing it is to DR Congo at the 58th minute of that encounter. Yes, the pressure is heating up. It looks like the stadium very silent.
Yeah, that's the one everybody really wants to come watch. Victor Osimhen surprisingly be withdrawn in this encounter. I'm very sure that will have shocked all the Nigerian fans right there in the stadium. Same way it looks shocking to us here in the studio. Also, we're still waiting for information and news on why Victor Osimhen has to be withdrawn. Yes, and that is the confirmation. Victor Osimhen picked up an injury late in the first half and was unable to continue. And as a result of that, Akwa Adam has been introduced to take his place, stepping into the the attack to keep Nigerian forwards momentum alive. So Victor Osimhen picked up an injury at halftime in that game between Nigeria and DR Congo. That was the reason for his substitution. Yes, DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, looking to get back into the lead in this one. Yeah, might just be a chance that DR Congo finds himself in the box. That is a penalty.
I think that's it.
No, that's Amber against DR Congo. It seems like the penalty might just be coming anytime soon. But Campbell that's in the midst there.
I think the pressure is really eating up.
And they're really coming close. They're coming close. They're coming close and looking for that needed, that's important second goal against the Super Eagles. You can see Bakambu throw himself into the mix there.
Yeah, he's throwing himself. You know, they are trying to look for the penalty.
Yeah, we have a substitution from DR Congo. Bakambu will be replaced. I would have thought of that. And they'll be throwing in the number 19 man into this one. And talking about that man, first Fiston Mayele will be thrown into this encounter for DR Congo. Let's go. Fiston will be bringing into this encounter for DR Congo. Will it be the man to send DR Congo to the Intercontinental playoff?
Oh, let's see. 68 minutes, 1 hour of football played already. And yes, it's 1-1 in Morocco.
I think we should be taking more of extra time right now.
Maybe. It's still a long time to think about that. There's still 30 minutes and maybe plus few minutes additional time. So let's see at the end of the day what will happen.
Looking at the referees officiating, how will you rate it in this
I think it has been balanced so far. We saw the referee impeding play, slowing down the pace of the game a lot of times in the first half. But this second half, it seems that he has allowed the game to flow.
Okay, right now as it stands, on both sides are taking out. They've taken out their talisman in this one. Nigeria replacing Victor Osimhen with Akko Adams, and the Congo also replacing Bakambu with Fiston in this account. Fiston Mayele is the first substitution for the Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He has 30 minutes now to showcase himself and show what he can bring into this one for the Congo. Can he sit Nigeria out of the fence in this one?
And
that's man in the
thing
midfield.
Iwobi has not been in this game so far.
I don't really know why what's it called, the manager Eric Chelle is not having that trust in that young man called Rafael Yedika.
Rafael Yedika, I think you must have seen him in training.
Well, he's a fantastic player with this club. We saw him with Club Brugge in the UEFA Champions League. Even against Barcelona, even against Manchester City, this is a player who plays at the highest of it.
Yeah, he can hold his own, but it doesn't mean that he can also hold his own against in the Super Eagles. You have to look at the shape of the manager. Oh my goodness, this is one injury.
He's back on his feet. That young man there talking about Benjamin Frederick. He seems to be tired there. Yes, it looks like to be in severe pain. But that should have been a free throw into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He has to shield that and is out for a goal kick out to Nigeria right there at the 62nd minute of this encounter. We have barely 28 minutes to go in this game. It's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1, and there's also Bright Osai on the bench in case there's an injury worries.
And you can't really say Bright Osai.
Bright Osai is also a fantastic right back on this day. I think he's more fitted to the right back than Benjamin. I see Benjamin more as a centre back.
So, yeah,
he looks fantastic. He looks well on the centre back position rather than him play on the right back. Yes, defensively is fantastic as a right back, but when going off forward to attack, I think I still have the same problem with I'm having with Seydou Sanusi on that wing. With Benjamin also. The pullouts are not really coming in. Yeah. I think that Nigerian next substitution should probably be Tosin Arokodare being thrown into this game, because there's a need for the presence, for a towering presence in the box.
It looks more like the game has swallowed Akko Adams. It's not really in this game, so I think.
I see Akko more as a supporting striker rather than a top striker. It reminds me of when we had Brown Ide playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I don't really count him as a 9, as an out for out 9. I would rather use Emmanuel Emenike as an out for out 9. They put Brown Ide just behind him, and that was what worked the magic against Gabon for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You could see the presence of Akko Adams and Tolu Arokodare doing the magic for Nigeria up front. But when you play against a low man,
Victor Osimhen
rather, when you're playing looking at a low-man striker against these touring defenders we are seeing there, Mbemba and Twanzebe. These are fantastic defenders who knows how to read the game perfectly, and that is what they've done against the Nigerian strikers. Just make them, quiet and absent in the game, and it's working for them.
Yeah, it's actually working for them. That's why they've kept the Nigerian attack quiet this second half so far.
We are straight into the 64th minute of that encounter. DR Congo coming forward against Nigeria, looking for the second goal. And they cross into the box there with a beat. And here's the chance there. Nigeria almost putting themselves in trouble there, but Nigeria will eat out on the counter against DR Congo with this great chance for Super Eagles to find the second goal, 65th minute. And here we have Moses Simon on the ball for Nigeria. Tries a long one. Tries to play in Alexi will be there, but that's actually a wayward pass there from the Paris FC the striker winger there. Nigeria gets possession. Calvin Bassey in possession of the ball, drops it straight for Moses Simon. Moses Simon will hold on to the ball for Nigeria. Tries to play in Calvin Bassey. Yeah, it's Calvin Bassey losing possession, and we have Calvin Bassey out of position right now.
Again, out of position, and this can be very, very dangerous for the Super Eagles.
Yes, Nigeria in possession of the ball there. Not some miscalculation there, miscommunication rather. But Nigerians are back in possession. Semi Ajayi holds onto the ball for the Nigerian team at the 65th minute of this encounter. It's still 1-1 as it stands. On Nigeria scored the first goal at the 3rd minute through Frank Oyeka, while DR Congo equalized at the 2nd minute from Mashak Elia at the 32nd minute. And here we are at the 66th minute of this encounter. It's still 1-1. No goal to showcase in the second half. Seems like whoever scores the second goal might be winning this game.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. And this kinds of game is not far-fetched. A playoff, that's a foul.
That's a foul. Let's just hope the captain will be able to continue. We can see him holding onto his foot there. Let's see what really happened between him and Akola Adams. I think he went straight in. He went straight for the captain there.
Yeah, he
not
went
for the
straight
ball.
for the captain. And I think he doesn't really understand this long balls. I don't think he really understands how to hold up play for a team like that. I think he's more coming in behind as a striker right there. But I think that...
Yeah, we have the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They've replaced all the men up front who started this encounter. Talking about Lukman, Aruna Lukman, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, they've all been replaced in this encounter. Now, if there will be a substitution of bringing in Tolu Arokodare, they have to sacrifice one person in the midfield.
Yes, they have to. If this necessary, they have to. And let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Maybe just tweak things a little bit, maybe the formation a little bit, and let's see if that will do the job.
I guess Semi Ajayi on the ball for the Super Eagles and finds Calvin Bassey. Bassey will come forward with the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 67th minute on our screen there. 1-1 as it starts, returns back to Calvin Bassey. Semi Ajayi called into action there. Semi Ajayi returns back to Calvin Bassey, who comes forward with the ball there, tries to play one in between the lines there, but the Congo will win the ball there, looks to turn into attack almost immediately. You can see the turnovers from the Congolese where they are winning the ball in quick succession. Immediately they are losing the ball. Immediately Nigeria finds themselves in DR Congo's box half. Nigeria losing the ball almost immediately, and they're starving Nigeria of holding the ball in this game.
You just have to give it to the coach's arrangement. They've really contained whatever it is the Super Eagles could bring to the party, and Super Eagles have not been really dangerous.
And that should be a free kick to Nigeria. Yes, rightly given by the referee there. It's really going to be a big night between the Nigerian defender there, Benjamin Frederick, and Sadiki. The DR Congo midfielder there. He actually felt that should have been a corner kick to his team, not a goal kick out to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But the referee says that is the free kick to Nigeria. Stanley Wambali on that, so finds Calvin Bassey. And Calvin Bassey will come forward with the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Returns it back to Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi at the 68th minute for the Super Eagles. Time clock is fast ticking in this one.
Yeah, clock is ticking, time is running out, and they keep playing this ball back. Because
I think they are lost. They are lost of options. They are lost of ideas and lost of what to do with the ball up front. That's why. That's one reason why I'm not really a big fan of withdrawing Ademola Lookman. Yes, you might look at him that he's not potent or he hasn't been doing much up front there. But the channel of going through Ademola looks more lively than going through Moses Simon.
Yeah, yeah, it looks more lively, but when you look at Ademola Lookman, mostly he has been a shadow of himself in this game. Too many loose balls, and the coach has to be worried. If I was the coach, also, I would think of
You're going to
withdrawing
lose the
him.
ball there immediately. Okay? Infringement. All right, there, the 69th minute. Barely 21 more minutes to play in this one. Who is going to get the winner on the 90 minutes? We have to take off an extra 30 minutes of extra time in this account. Nigerian possession of the ball. Here we have Nigeria attacking
Offside.
here. Would that be an offside call? Referee lost place to continue. Still Nigerian possession. It sends it into the box there, but almost a miscommunication
That's
there
an
between the
offside.
goalkeeper. Yes, that is the offside call.
Yeah,
The first time, I think the first time in the second half, where I see Nigeria looking threatening against this DR Congo
and
side.
it was an offside.
Offside.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't have mattered because he didn't go into the back of the net.
It
Probably
didn't. It didn't. Even if it had
Yeah.
gone in, it would have been an offside.
an offside call. Okay, it's a 70th minute, 20 minutes to play in this encounter now.
Yeah,
Should we
so-
start taking off extra time? Or probably DR Congo nicking this one? Because
We
they're
don't
looking,
know.
they're looking more comfortable on the ball.
Yeah,
than the
they are
Super
looking
Eagles.
more confident. They are looking more organized compared to the Super Eagles. And it looked like one thing. They've ceded the possession to the Super Eagles and tried to exploit their weaknesses. And that's what they have been doing so far. And so far, it does not look like the Super Eagles are looking dangerous in this one. They looked really dangerous sometimes up front and in the first half. And that's one of the reasons why we keep saying, when you get your chances. What is this?
Yeah, it's DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Aquadons giving out that gift, and DR Congo will look to attack. Yeah, what will they make out of that at the 70th minute? He's through the box there. Nigeria gets onto the end of that. Bring brother there. But the referee is still not bringing an additional yellow card in this encounter. He has kept this game as clean as possible to him. Still, no yellow card at 70th minute.
Yeah, still no yellow card. And I think so far when you look at his officiating,
I think it has been
it
balanced.
It has been balanced. It has been balanced. And that's where to go. Oh, that's an elbow to the head.
Yes, our 71st minute of this encounter. We have the medics attending to Frank Oyeka's head injury. Yeah, right there at the 71st minute. Yes. Ideas. What do you think the manager should be doing now?
I think
Three
the-
substitutions for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Chukwueze. These are the front three who started this game for Nigeria, all being replaced in the second half of this encounter. Moses Simon, Ejuke, and Akko Adams. Do you think this trio have done better than what we saw in the first half?
I think they've not really done anything so far going forward. Second half, they've not really created chances to at least get. The only time they got close was an offside right there in the second half, and I think they need to improve. Maybe the psychological disappointment of losing Victor Osimhen. Maybe that might be the reason why.
Okay, so for the substitutions for what's it called, DR Congo in this one, the goal scorer Elia has been replaced by Chipenga, while Macau also been replaced by Kayembe in this encounter. Let's see what are the outbreaks into this encounter. I'm talking about Brian Chipenga and Kapenge. Brian Chipenga plays for Castellio in the I think that should be the Division 2 in the Spanish La Liga. Yes, Spain
Division
Liga 2. Yes, La Liga 2. That's the second division in
Yeah,
La Liga,
La Liga.
in Spanish La Liga. So let's see what Brian Chipenga brings into this one for the DR Congo. Seems they are also having most of their talents tiring out in this game already.
Yeah, it's a lot, Playoff is demanding, and that's why you don't want to find yourself in situations like this whereby you have to rely on playoffs at the end of the day. And let's see if the Super Eagles can really take this one.
Okay, let's see if they can take this one as we're straight into the 73rd minute of this encounter. Barely 17 more minutes to play in regulation time. And one team has to score and take this one in the dying embers. Yes, the Congo sends one into the box there. Nigeria is not having any of that and clears the line as a throw in there to the DR Congo. That was cleared by Frank Oyeka. And DR Congo will be taking the throw in against the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 74th minute of this encounter. Yet to take It's a throw into DR Congo. It seems that they are also interested in wasting a lot of time as much as they can waste it as well. Alex will be being bullied off the ball there. Nigeria holds onto the ball, loses possession almost immediately. You have to give it to how composed all the DR Congos have been on the ball. Each time Nigeria losing the ball, and Nigeria currently looking out of ideas in this encounter. 74th minute, DR Congo still chasing this one and looking to find that win for that, looking to go for that winner against the Super Eagles. Yes, a corner kick for DR Congo from defensive DOT to losing the ball to a corner kick. And Chipenga will be taking that corner kick for DR Congo right there at the 74th minute of this game.
Yeah, corner kick to DR Congo, and you can see your the presenter shaking his head right there. That's a testament to the fact
The game actually started very well.
Yeah, started very well. Created a lot of chances by the Super Eagles, but they've not really been.
I don't know. Maybe I should fault some of those substitutions. Maybe the
not
two substitutions.
I think that the main thing was he could have brought in Aokodare rather than Ako, because Aokodare would have brought in some aggressiveness, and we needed that to keep the defenders of DR Congo in check. And at the end of the day, the corner.
Nothing seems to be working for Nigeria in this game already, as it stands right now. DR Congo with a powerful shot there, but that sails off wide. At the 75th minute, we have barely 15 more minutes to play in regulation time. Big shot there from that big man for DR Congo, spotting the jersey number 8. Talking about Masami there. But that sails off wide. The first time I'm really seeing him taking a shot. He may have to go there. Let's see if the second time he'll be lucky against the Nigerians. Go kick to Nigeria Stanley Nwabali standing on this for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 15 minutes more for the Super Eagles up to clinch a ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, so let's see if they will pick a ticket to the Intercontinental playoffs right there. They lost possession in a dangerous area, and the DR Congo will attack with the ball right now, and it's DR Congo. It says the ball left to the left side of the attack, and it looks more like they are adding more pressure to Fredericks. They looks maybe they've seen that it's getting tired.
Yeah, you have to look at how much pressure that young man has taken for the Super Eagles in this game. How much they've gone through his side. How much duels he has won for Nigeria in this encounter. But let's see if he can hang on until the end of this encounter. Don't forget he played 120 minutes in that game against Gabon in the semi-final. Now he's on course to play another 90 minutes. Should this game not end at the end of 90 minutes and go into extra time, there's possibilities of him playing another extra 30 minutes. For a 20 years old player, that is lot of minutes of played in between, about 4 days if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So let's see how they act.
One thing also that I noticed is it was not an advantage going into that extra time for the Super Eagles. It would take more, it would take a lot from them, and that's what has happened at the end of the day. Look at Victor Osimhen, and I think he got tired out from this, and I think after getting that second goal, and they are Congo attacking with the ball right here, and the Super Eagles wins back possession and lost it again. And
what's this? My biggest problem is how we just cleared the ball into the air, try losing the ball almost immediately. It looks like the players are so jittery at this moment.
Yeah, it looks like they are under intense pressure, and I think the loss of Victor Osimhen.
And here we have Tolu Arokodare will be thrown into this encounter as Nigeria will be making a substitution. Who's been withdrawn there is Alex Iwobi, who is another player who I think should have been withdrawn earlier on in this encounter. So right now we'll be having what's it called, Akko Adams coming straight into the midfield position, while Tolu Arokodare goes back to advance. That's the play there from Tolu Arokodare. But let's see if he can get some Nigeria's the needed second goal in this encounter. As Nigeria looking to attack at the 78th minute of this encounter. Midfield battle almost been lost by the Super Eagles in this one.
Yeah, almost been lost. They've not really come in strong in the middle, and now I don't think there's any creativity in that middle anymore. Maybe now they'll have to rely on the long balls or play from the wings.
Here's a long one there from Arokodare there. Nigeria in possession of the ball, holding on to the ball. Physicality, that is one thing you have to give to the DR Congo side. And this one, the referee says that is a free kick to Nigeria after Sadiki brought now the Nigeria midfielder, the captain Wilfred Ndidi, who has really done a big work for the Nigerian side in the middle of the park. I think Chelsea fans will always remember this man Sadiki for that game between Chelsea and Sunderland. Yeah, it was a turn of the flesh for Nigeria in that
Yeah,
game.
it was Chelsea in that encounter. And let's see. And a cross into the box from Moses Simon ended out by DR Congo right there. And it looks like the pace of the game has been slowed. And a cross into the box straight to Ejuke, who shoots this one. The shot was blocked.
I think that's the first shot I'm even seeing from Super Eagles in the second half.
Yeah, and it was not even a shot of target.
That's a very weak shot.
That's
all straight to yourself. Tonight's minutes. We are 1 minute away from 80th minute, which will leave us with barely 10 more minutes to play in this one. There's still 1-1 between Nigeria and Congo. They are as the both chase that's last sports to qualify for the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff. A chance to also for 2 more FIFA World Cup tickets. Yeah, it's Nigeria. Tolu Arokodare tries to bring that down.
No, he's putting pressure on the defense.
DR Congo will chase that out and look to attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Returns it back onto the wing there. Yes, DR Congo looking to come out at the 80th minute of this encounter. 10 more minutes to play in regulation time. It's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Who is going to nick it at the end of this? We saw DR Congo take it at the 91st minute against Cameroon. And it's something they can repeat.
You know, it's something that is possible. But the Super Eagles also took it 9 minutes. I said 9 minutes extra time in that one. Against
UK for Nigeria. They tries
what is
lost the ball almost immediately, and DR Congo will take on the ball there. Tries to play triangular and diagonal against the Super Eagles right here. 80th minutes on the mark there. It's still 1-1 between Nigeria and DR Congo. It seems that the Nigerians are out, lost of thoughts, lost of ideas right now in this account. They're looking to the skies and hoping God will come to their aid.
Yeah, let's see if God will come to their aid. But it's the same God that some Congolese also have.
Well, you have to give it to Congo in this game. I think yes, they've really been fantastic, containing the Super Eagles in this encounter. Look at how they are creating those spaces, getting through into those channels, and they've been disciplined against the Super Eagles. Each time the Super Eagles have a turnaround and tries to attack against Congo, they find it hard to penetrate through the lines. We have Congo, they are coming out against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. With this very chance for them as they find themselves very close, romancing the Nigerian box. And still Congo in possession of the ball, finds it easy against Nigeria. 81st minute gone, 81 minutes gone in this encounter, 9 more minutes to play in regulation time. Nigeria 1, Congo 1. Here's the dynamics. Who is going to cause the upset? Who is going to take it late in this encounter? Will it be Nigeria out of nowhere, or will it be Congo DR who has been taking the pressure? Yes, the Congo finds himself in the box there, cross into the box. Yes, still Nigeria have cleared into the part of DR Congo. Another cross into the box there. Nigeria clears the lines there. And DR Congo are everywhere. Even the loose balls is DR Congo winning it. And yes, Nigeria in possession. So Moses Simon there, we chase this long one there. Tries to, where is this pace? Where is the pace? He came in the second half. They started this game in the first half, for Christ's sake.
It's not about that. It seems the guy chasing is more pacier than him. And I think that's what has happened.
That's what we do.
Went past his marker.
The finishing touch is actually wrong there. And Moses Simon on the ball there, holds on to it for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, drops it for Saidu, waste to head for there. And Saidu, DR Congo, look at how they are winning their own passes and dropping it back into the right channel. And Nigeria regains possession, another long cross into the box there, aimed at the Nigeria there. Yeah, we have Nigeria, Moses Simon on the ball there, drops it back into the part of Saidu Sanusi. And Sanusi returns it back to Moses Simon. Moses Simon holds on to it. What will he make out of that? And the cross into the box from Moses Simon, but the goalkeeper and passer will come out to gathers this for DR Congo will look to eat out against Nigeria. The counter there at the 83rd minute of this encounter with this very chance for DR Congo to get a second against Nigeria. Calvin Bassey coming to the aid for the Nigerian side, and the referee has judged that to be a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This has been my most impressive man in this game.
Yeah, but his mistake cost the goal.
Cost us the goal.
Yeah, his mistake.
Was it his mistake? I think he went out there, trying.
If he had stayed on that guy,
Alex will be losing that ball in that situation.
Yeah, but if he had not left his role, he would have been on that guy and allowed Shemi Ajayi to actually stay at his role, where he would have been able to get that one easily.
Okay, at the 83rd minute of this one, it's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Everybody keep on praying and hoping that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will wage some magic stick in this one and come back into getting a later victory in this one. They've not been promising. They've not looked promising in the second half at all. It has really been.
So
They've looked so contained in this one. Lots of ideas, lots of thoughts in the whole of this second half. Let's see if they can hang on. Push or probably push this one into or drag this one into extra times. Yeah, might just be a chance for DR Congo. Frederick Kills, beautifully done there by the 20 years old Nigerian defender. Returns it back to the Nigerian goalkeeper. Yeah, might just be a chance for a second goal for DR Congo.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
DR Congo looking for that second goal. And you just have to call it. You have to thank Jesus Christ that doesn't go into the back of the net.
This is what we keep saying about Unwakali. Two guys on you, clear it at once.
What was he thinking there? What was he thinking at that moment? What was going through the head of Staluwa Bali? What was his intentions? What was he thinking? What clear that out immediately for Christ's sake?
Control this one.
Even when he was going to clear it, he cleared it into the part of the DR Congo player.
He wanted to pass, not clear.
Wow.
Oh.
As a touchdown, there's a free kick to DR Congo. I won't be surprised. Sorry, let me say that because the fans will feel like I'm actually going the other way of DR Congo this one. Okay, Nigeria looking to get a winner in this one against DR Congo. 85 minutes gone rather in this one, and still 1-1. Both goals scored in the first half. Franco Eka with the first goal at the 3rd minute, and Meshak Elia with the equalizer at the 32nd minute. Away from the World Cup qualifier, we know we have the AFCON coming in December. I think that there's a lot of work for Nigeria to do if they want to repeat that feat they did in Ivory Coast of getting to the final of the AFCON.
I don't think they should repeat that feat because that feat sent a lot of Nigerians into the grave. They better do better, honestly.
How do you see them winning the AFCON?
I don't think so. But they are close. They are close. If they can keep their talisman available, I think they are close.
That would be
what
the
is
biggest
this
improvement.
again?
That's another turnover, and it's going to be a throw-in to DR Congo. Let's see that again. We can see DR Congo looking for a penalty there, but the referee allows plays to continue right there at the 86th minute. We have barely 4 more minutes to play in this encounter. And it's Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. DR Congo, we attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Sends one into the box there. Nigeria regains possession. And they'll look to attack against DR Congo. Sends the police ball. Long trying to play in Arokodare. Arokodare also being sandwiched there by the DR Congo players there. DR Congo in possession. Looks to attack against Nigeria. They're chasing the late winner against the Nigerians. 86 minutes, 4 more minutes to play in regulation time in this one.
Yeah, 4 more minutes to play. Cross into the box. Cleared by Calvin Bassey right there. And the Congolese looked more organized. You know, they hardly have misplaced passes.
After that goal they conceded in the 3rd minute, I think they've looked organized. They've looked organized all game, even better than the Nigerians. They know where their opponent, their teammate is, and they are winning the ball. It's even a far better performance from this one than what we saw against Cameroon.
Yeah, so, and I think another guy that should be out is Sanusi. I think he's tired. He's beginning to be the loophole in the defense of the Super Eagles.
You can see what it means out to the DR Congo fans and winning the corner kick late into this encounter at the 87th minute. It's looking like what they all saw in that game against Cameroon. But can lightning strike twice and can it repeat itself against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Corner kick from DR Congo into the box. And this time around, Nigeria will clear the line. Can they eat out on the counter as they look to break out on the counter there? What was that from the Nigerian striker there? What was he thinking there? Trying to put it on the rear side, and the goalkeeper Mpasi being called into action. 88 minutes and barely 2 more minutes to play in regulation time. It seems that we should be setting our mind up for extra time if possible.
Well, with the way the
tempo from the Congolese, I think there's the Nigerian guys are actually fatigued right now. It looks like they are all tired and soaked out in this encounter.
Yeah, I think they are tired. They cannot. Even the guys that came in are not looking fresh, and I think that's the first misplace there, but.
Should be free kick? Yeah, given. Okay, 8 minutes. Can Nigeria do the magic at the end side of this encounter? I think it can happen. If I get the round of play, Nigeria can get out the winner.
Yeah, anything can happen, but at the same time, Nigeria needs a lot of improving to do. That creative spark, It's just like this
I think
encounter.
injuries to probably Fisayo Bashiru didn't really help matters for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
But
And there's also need to go out there, look for talented midfielders. You can tell me these are the best attacking midfielders we have. Alex Iwobi seems to be the only attacking outlet in the midfield.
yeah, it looks to be the only one. But whenever he's switched off, then
The whole team switches
the
off.
whole team switched off.
Because looking at the
creatively.
bench right now, I don't really see any attacking threat on the bench right now. It looks more of a defensive set of players on the bench for Nigeria. You have Maduka Okoye, goalkeeper, Amas Obasoge, goalkeeper, William Trus Ekong, a defender, Bright Osai, a defender, Bruno Yemachi, a defender, Chigose Awazim, a defender, Rafael Yedika, a defensive midfielder, and Alazan Yusuf, another defensive midfielder. Those are the players on the bench for Nigeria. Another cross into the balls from Congo as they're chasing this on. Really chasing this one against the Super Eagles into the dying embers as we're straight into the 89th minute, approaching the 90th minute. And DR Congo almost
think-
sneaking. That should have been an offside call there, but the referee allows place to continue. Where was Frederick run into there? And the cross there. That would have been a spectacular goal there if that had gone into the back of the net.
Yeah, that would have been a spectacular goal. Look at that cross. Whether it's going or not, but you have to give it to Sanusi also, who disturbed him there. And goal kick to the Super Eagles at the 90th minute of this one. Now it looks like the Super Eagles are going long right there.
And this was what what's it called, Cameroon in that game against DR Congo, trying to go long against DR Congo, because that is where you look at the center backs they have in this game. They are tall guys at the back, and going long against them, you're giving them the advantage of winning duels and winning the area duels and putting it down and pressuring the Nigeria defenders in this one. I have to fault the selection for this competition because for this playoff, of course, we have a lot of defensive-minded players in the Nigerian side. And yes, DR Congo coming forward against Nigeria at the 90th minute with this very chance to find that winner there. And that's it's going to be another corner kick. Oh, and this time around, Nigeria is not allowing that to roll out for a corner kick. They'll clear the lines really long there, but it's into the part of the DR Congo player, Tolu Arokodare, coming deep to win the ball for Nigeria there. Still holds on to the ball there. Tolu wins himself or wins his team a free kick.
Tolu doesn't look match fit also.
And it's 3 minutes additional time by the referee there. So we have 3 minutes for both sides to find that winner in this encounter, or it goes straight into extra time. But you don't take your eyes off on this team called DR Congo. They know how to nick it at the end, at the near end of it. It has really been a physical game between these two sides. A game of the French halves. And Nigeria looking strong in the opening stages of the first half, and DR Congo coming back as strong after equalizing and taking control and taking charge of the game. Ever since then, 1 minute gone out of 3 minutes to be played in this extra time. Tolu Arokodare, hold up play there, which turns out to be an assist to DR Congo. Frederick quickly the lines for Nigeria there. Ooh, and that looks like an head collision between Calvin Bassey and the DR Congo player, spotting the jersey number 19 there, talking about that man was brought in for Cedric Bakambu, Christian Mayele. Who went crashing straight into the Fulham defender there.
Yeah, he crashed into him, and it's one of those things you want to be careful about, because concussion is real, and I think the guy Bassi has been the most important player on the field of play for Nigeria.
Yes, Nigeria attacking there, but DR Congo will win possession back. We have the Nigerian defender there, Benjamin Frederick. Back to the goalkeeper, Stanley Wabali, with a long one at the second minute of this extra time. Nigeria losing almost all duels in this encounter, and they'll look to attack right now against DR Congo. Yes, Nigeria attacking, one of their last attack in this game. Wayward cross there from Saidu Sanusi. He's going to roll out for a goal kick. That is where Bruno Oyemachi comes in better than Sanusi.
Yeah, I think Bruno, but you have to look
match
at
rustiness. Probably that is why Bruno is losing his starting position in the Super Eagles. And I think even the manager is lost of idea right now, because he'll be looking at his bench. Who else should he be looking onto the bench to throw into this one?
Yeah, who else? Who else? And I think that's $1 million question right there. Who else? We expected him to bring in Tolu. He has done that, and it looks like it's even getting worse.
I guess DR Congo chasing against Nigeria. Frederick almost been taken in and out there. Don't give out a penalty in the dying embers.
Honestly, this guy is
A corner kick out to DR Congo there. The referee says it's a corner kick to DR Congo at the tail end of it. Let's see that again. He didn't get a leg on that.
I don't know.
Okay, yes, a corner kick at the dying embers for DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Will they do it against Nigeria the way they did it against Cameroon and get it at the thick end of it? A long one into the box there, but the Nigerian goalkeeper gathered this comfortably there, brought down there. I think he's interested in wasting the time there.
No, the player drew him back.
And the referee still no yellow card in this one.
There's still no yellow card. I think the referee is just being nice to the players. And I think the game will end anytime from now. And extra time will be the case.
Okay, extra 30 minutes seems to be upon us in this encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo. That is it from the referee. At end of full time, at the end of 90 minutes, ended Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. Franco Yega with the first goal. Earlier with the equalizer at the 32nd minute. Next 45 minutes, which is the second half, couldn't produce a one goal or a winner for either of these two sides. But we'll go for a quick breather, and when we come back, it's going to be the start of the extra time.
Hello, my name is Yinka Adebi, and this is Premier Sports Fan Center. You're welcome live here to our edition of Talk Sports for this session. This is Talk Sport, and as you know, you viewers out there, listeners all over the world, this is where we discuss football, we discuss games, we discuss sports in general. But tonight we're focusing our Talk Sport podcast on football. Tonight's edition is titled The Global Football Chaos. We have various topics ranging from the Ronaldo's red card that just happened yesterday. We had UCL shocks and a lot of transfer wars and rumors here and there. I want you to come along. And before we go along, I want to introduce to you the special people that will be dissecting tonight's Talk Sport with me. And I have the gentleman from my far left, Yemite, right here with me. Yemite, you're welcome to the show.
Good evening, the doc. Good evening, Polo. It's so good to be back. And a lot on the menu tonight.
A lot on the menu tonight. And we also have right here in the studio, Poloski.
Yeah, good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone in the studio. Thanks for having me. So excited to be back. And a lot has happened in recent days, and yesterday we saw, how Nigeria, defeated what they call them now, the Gabon, and can't wait to analyze the full details of the match.
Right, thank you. Polo said we can't wait to analyze the games and the things that went down recently in the world of football. As I said, welcome back once again. This is a home of real football talk and real debates and real analysis with passion. That's why you're here. That's why we're here to dissect things for you. Today's episode is so loaded. We're talking about Ronaldo's shocking red card. It is first ever red card for Portugal. And that's remarkable because he's played over 236 games for Portugal and he's getting just one red card, and there's so much noise about that. We're going to talk about that as we go on. We're talking about Manchester United's big transfer moves and a massive scandal happening in the world of Turkey. Oh my goodness. Turkey is experiencing a very big challenge right now in the world of football betting and sportsmanship. And we're going to be talking about that as well. Our pot is loaded also. We're looking at AFCON. The fever is building up for AFCON coming up starting in December. And we're also looking at the Lewandowski issue with Barcelona. Lewandowski, we know, is 37 years old and is almost out of his prime, as we know. But this guy is still doing fantastic things, even right at the dawn. the dusk of his football career. And we're going to be highlighting the future as well. Right here, where we're looking at the departing, we're looking at the incoming Lamine Yamal also for Barcelona. Then there was the shocker, Real Madrid Liverpool in the UCL recently, and we saw how Liverpool tore Real Madrid apart, and who would have expected that? We're going to be talking about that as well. So you're welcome tonight for this show. Let's get straight into the action, and right now we're looking first of all at the Ronaldo's era. Is it the end of an era for a legend like Ronaldo, or was just an happenstance that will soon go away? Ronaldo, we know. Cristiano, he's 40 years of age, and he received his first red card for his international career yesterday, November the 13th, 2025. He got it from a brutal elbow on one of Portugal's FIFA qualifiers. The world is split right now. Was it frustration? Was it a decline in performance? Or simply the legend is refusing to fade away? So I'm going to throw the first question here to my far left here. Yeah, mate, is this red card a sign of decline, or was it just a moment of frustration from a legend who still wants to compete at the highest level, from your own point of view?
I think it's just frustration, coupled with the fact that they were trailing, and sometimes where you just don't expect the scoreline that you see, sometimes you can have a rash reaction to it. So football is a tense game, so sometimes you can lose your head, and so it's understandable.
Right. So now.
Okay, extra 30 minutes upon us in this encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo, as we have to go straight into extra time. So just like we had it in that game between Nigeria and Gabon, that game also ended 1-1 at after 90 minutes. And before the extra times, where Nigeria came back to win that 1-4-1. Let's see if they can do it again this time around against this DR Congo side, who has been the better of the two sides. I won't lie to you about that. They were the better side. Nigeria were just lucky to end the whole of the 90 minutes 1-1. It's just a different ball game now, because both sides have to go into 30 minutes of extra time. 15 minutes first half, 15 minutes second half. What do you think should be happening in this game for Nigeria?
I think Nigeria needs to be defensively solid first. The attack has been questionable, so you can't afford to concede. So one of the things they need to do is to actually get it right defensively and try to maximize any opportunity that comes their way.
Okay, here we go. Is the start of the extra time. Yeah, still 1-1 between Nigeria and DR Congo in this one. The throw into DR Congo at the start of the extra time. First minute of extra time there, as Nigeria have to play another first 15 minutes of the first half of extra time, chasing this encounter. DR Congo also chasing this one as they looked to get into the World Cup for the first time, while Nigeria are chasing 7th appearance at the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, Nigeria chasing 7th appearance at the FIFA World Cup. With this one come true, with this dream come true, a dream that Victor Osimhen has really savored.
He's yet to play. He's yet to make appearance at the World Cup. For all his prolificness, how good he is, for him not to play a FIFA World Cup is one surprising thing to every football lovers.
Yeah, it's surprising with all he has done. Nigeria was just unlucky to lose that game on aggregate to Ghana in the last World Cup, which made it impossible for him to join the Mundial. But this one looks like he's the danger man, and getting injured in a marquee moment like this, when his country really needs him at the highest moment.
It's HK on the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they look to attack again this zone. Against Nigeria in possession against DR Congo this time around. They're starting this extra time better than what we had in the first half. Todaro Kodare with a drop header there. Couldn't get to this man. Frederick, which is this now for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Returns it to Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi to the Nigerian goalkeeper. What will he make out of that? Hope no mistake this time around. Sideways and finds Semi Ajayi. He returns it back to Stanley Nwabali. Nwabali on the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Inviting pressure to himself. A long one there from the Nigerian goalkeeper. Into the half of DR Congo. DR Congo back in possession. Looks to attack against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Why would they make that one? Bisaka on the ball there. Looks inward and finds his teammates as DR Congo looks to attack against Nigeria this time around. Now they are growing into the game again. They have a way of controlling the pace and tempo of the game.
Yeah, they have a way. You have to give it to the setup. They are really, really organized, and you have to look out for this team at the AFCON. I think there will be one hell of a team to play against.
And this even without
They're not
Yuan
a good-
Wissa.
Yeah, and this is without Wisa, and you give them a lot of credit. And they are a team that have been building up. Their last AFCON was not bad. I think they went out to, was it Mali or which team they
Yeah.
went out to? So I think at the end of the day, maybe they can actually pose a threat, solid threat at the AFCON.
We have DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You might just be a chance for them to chase and get a second goal against Nigeria into the box there. Nigeria will clear the lines halfway. The clearance has really been poor from the Super Eagles right from the first half of this game. A poor clearance was why we had DR Congo coming back into this encounter. And you can see that clearance again. I've cleared into the part of DR Congo.
Yeah,
It's now
yeah.
looking like we have about 20 DR Congo players in this encounter.
Yeah, it looks like 20 DR Congo players in
So
there.
where's the
And
pace? The pace is not there.
yeah, they play, and you see
And that's Aqua Adams.
yeah, they really pocketed him. It shows that without Osimhen, Nigeria will really struggle in key games. And let's also hope that the injury to him is not a lengthy one. And you know that.
Chasing against Nigeria there, first on the ball there, losing it out to Frederick. And Frederick comes in with the ball there, losing possession almost immediately. A long cross there from DR Congo. And tries to bring it down, but unfortunately he couldn't get that down. But still DR Congo in possession against the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they're looking to take on this one against the Nigerian side. It's still 1-1 as it stands on the second goal for DR Congo. And that stands as DR Congo. Which second goal in this encounter? Is that going to stand? It seems
That's
that
a
the
free
referee,
kick.
since there's an infringement there, the referee says no, that is not going to be a goal. But I'm very sure VAR will be interested in having a view of that. Let's see what really happened there. Let's see that again. Firstly, the player was coming from offside situation there. He was in offside, no? And Nigerian goalkeeper gathers that. Oh, I think that was that is a free kick. Let's see that again. Well, he lost the ball.
He lost the ball.
He lost the ball there.
I think this goal can stand.
Let's see what VR thinks of that. The Nigerian goalkeeper let out again by VR. Oh God, for how long are we going to thank our stars in this encounter? Stanley Bali at the 5th minute, almost giving out a gift there to the DR Congo. But the VR coming to his aid right there in that moment. It's currently 1-1 as it stands right there in that encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo. As DR Congo was put it in the back of the net, but referee. But DR Congo will still come out against the Nigerian side and looking to get a victory or a second goal in this one. We are straight into the 6 minutes of the first 15 minutes, and still DR Congo enjoying the better share of possession against the Nigerian side in this one. Here's Fishton on the ball there, trying to feast on the Nigerian defender. Here we have Benjamin Frederick. We have Ejuke on the ball there, brought down there to be a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 6th minute of extra time.
Yeah, 6 minutes of substitution rules.
We
Okay,
have
Bruno.
Bruno Oyemiachi being brought in, and is Saidu Sanusi, who I think has done a lot in this game. You can see him looks a bit tired out in this
Not
game.
just a bit, he looks extremely tired. Look at the way he's walking down. And I think maybe if they can double up on the left wing, maybe they can produce something.
Okay, we have Bruno Oyemiachi, the Olympiacos defender.
When you allow your team come back, the momentum will switch in their favor.
A long one with that beat into the hands of the Nigerian goalkeeper there.
Oh.
And the goalkeeper will gather that for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And a long one into the path of Tolu Arokodare. Loses possession. DR Congo.
He has not
quick
really
transition
gotten
there
one takedown.
as they're looking to transit against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As they look to attack right there with this big moment for DR Congo. And to get that needed a second goal against the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 8th minute of extra time. Still 1-1 at this. DR Congo taking the pressure to the Super Eagles. You might just be a chance for a second goal. Finds himself in the box there. And Nigeria defending. That is an offside call against the DR Congo side. It's 8 minutes gone in the first 15 minutes. Oh, Calvin Bassey.
This is one sight you don't want to see.
This is an offside.
Yeah, I don't know why the flag did not come up early.
And that's one of the one of the things a lot of fans do complain about late the flags coming in late. I think there was a player who got injured from this kind of situation from a goal bound, but the offside flag was up. But the
Look at this
attacker was
ball.
actually
This was
offside. Yeah,
really close.
this was really close. Reminds me of that
close.
goal scored by Sebastian Ella
Yeah.
against Nigeria at the what's it called, at the African Cup of Nations. But this time around, that is not going to the back of the net. You can see it seems that the DR Congo fans are still the noisiest one in the fan who are enjoying this game between Nigeria and DR Congo. Everything seems not to be working perfect or working fine for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. in this
Awukodare
one.
has not successfully brought down. I don't think he has brought down any ball. He really looked to be not
The weak
match
link up
fit.
front. And now we have Arokodare who is not in this game. We have Hako Adams also absent-minded. up
But
front
you
in the
can
second
see
half.
that Awukodare is still putting in the effort to chase the balls. If he can,
Against Victor Osimhen on the screens there. He'll be praying so much because he wants to
Honestly.
be at the World Cup.
he has
You know,
really
this
done
is
his
his best chance to attend the World Cup with the Super Eagles of Nigeria to speak at the age of 26. So should he miss this one, he'll be 31 years by the time the next World Cup comes around.
bit. Yeah.
Here's DR Congo coming out to attack against the Nigeria. 9 minutes gone in this encounter. This will be a chance for them to break and get on that second goal. Find himself into the Eagles half there. Cross into the box there. And still DR Congo attacking. Nigeria clears their lines halfway. What is that clearance for Christ's sake? And DR Congo in possession. Referee says there's an infringement in the box. It's an offside call against DR Congo. So it's going to be a free kick to Nigeria at the 10th minute of the first half extra time.
Yeah, 10th minute, 5 minutes to. Even the Congolese are beginning to tire out also. I think that was an handball.
From
I
a
think that was
Nigeria
from a Congolese. I think it was an handball.
Okay, that's on 10th minutes, approaching the 11th minute, which leaves us with barely 4 more minutes to play in this first half extra time between Nigeria and DR Congo. And it's still 1-1. Now, should we be thinking of penalties like this?
Yeah, it's still too early to think about penalties. We still have about 20 minutes to go, which is a lot of time in football to play. So let's see what will happen after the extra time.
You have to give to the defensive structures of this DR Congo side.
They really,
Everything pushed to them is been returned
Honestly,
back to the Nigerian half.
they are
in this one.
really organized.
Really
defensively.
organized at the back there, and the defense is being marshaled up by the big captain Bemba and also Trump Zebe in the heart of the defense for DR Congo. That's what you have when you have an experienced defender. Here's a chance for DR Congo to find a winner against Nigeria. But that's how kept on sailing higher than the goalpost. The second minute of this counter is still Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1.
Yeah, Nigeria won, DR Congo won. 4 minutes to what is it called? The second half of the extra time. But that one was close. That one was close. It
Yeah, that was so
really
close. That was actually so close there from the DR Congo side against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria back in possession against DR Congo. Calvin Bassey on the ball there. As he comes forward with the ball for Nigeria, returns it back to Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi holds onto the ball, returns it back to Calvin Bassey. And Bassey will come forward for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Finds Bruno Yemiachi. Bruno with the ball there. What will he make out of that? Tries an inward pass there. That is a hospital pass, as you might love to call
careless
it.
pass, yeah.
And returns it back to Calvin Bassey. Bassey returns it back to Bruno. Bruno back to Stanley Wabali. What will Stanley Wabali make out of that? Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's Benjamin Frederick. Frederick comes forward with the ball for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Can't keep that in possession as they throw into the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the process. As we're getting straight to the 102nd minute. 3 more minutes to play in the first half of extra time, and still both sides are finding it hard to break each other at the back in this encounter. As it still remains a 1-1 in this one. A longer pass there, tries to play in. And here's Nigeria attacking with this great chance for Nigeria to break on Bruno Yemiachi on the ball. Returns it back into the midfield, finds Moses Simon. Moses Simon with the ball there, attacking, throws it into the box there. Would that be the chance there? Almost the chance for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And you expect Tolu to be doing better there.
And I think Tolu could have just left the ball for the next man. Look at that cross. There was a man arriving. He could have just tapped it into the back of the net.
But this was a free header for him also.
It was
He should
also
be
a
doing- he should be doing
free
better
header. He
there.
should be.
For a touring striker like him, I expect him doing better there. And that's finishing from the
I
Wolverhampton
think
striker.
that's the first effort off target since the start
The
of
start of
second
second
half.
Shemi Ajayi And Shemi Ajayi looks inward into the midfield and finds his teammate who returns the back to Calvin Bassey. It seems Nigeria are just interested in trading it at the back there, breaking through the DR Congo defenders. Defense has really been a big mountain for them to climb.
And I think most of the touches for the Nigerian guys has come
Bad
from
control,
the
bad
defense.
control there, bad control there.
Not just bad, terrible one. Aruko Dare. Maybe that was why he didn't bring him in first for the game.
But we've seen more presence from him, even though it reminds me of a certain Nicholas Jackson.
Yes.
He might be playing nonsense all through the game, but his presence will surely be felt, even in his nonsense.
Yeah.
But you look at Akon Adams now, he looks absent in this encounter. I don't really think I've seen Akon Adams since coming into this game.
Yeah, I've not really seen him. He has not really come into the action. Well, Aruko at least has been present. And I think there's a Nigerian player down rolling on the field. Let's see.
And you can see it seems like it's the DR Congo fans who are really enjoying this action. Because when you're playing positively, there's always that sense of belonging, that sense of belief that yes, a victory can come out of it. A long one there from Transzebe back to the Nigerian goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali. Okay, get us this comfortably. As he finds Calvin Bassey. 1 minute additional time there by the central referee. Seems there's a DR Congo player down there. Fatigue coming in right now.
Yeah, fatigue setting in for both guys. And it looks like this number 7 might not be able to continue.
I'm talking about the number 7 for DR Congo, Mumbuku, who has been everywhere for them in this encounter. One of the threats in chief for DR Congo in this encounter against Nigeria.
Oh, he sat himself. Maybe.
Look like a muscle pull.
Yeah, maybe his hamstring right there.
Okay, yes, now they've also made 3 substitutions when Nigeria has made 5 substitutions in this encounter. Akon Adams coming in for Victor Osimhen at the 45th minute. We also had Chidera Ejuke coming in at the 57th minute, replacing Ademola Lookman. Moses Simon replacing Samuel Chukwueze, Tolu Arukodare replacing Alex Iwobi at the 77th minute, and Bruno Yemiachi coming in at the 96th minute, replacing Saidu Sanusi. 3 substitutions down to
Nigeria is 4 or 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 substitutions. We have 3 substitutions being made by DR Congo in this encounter. Fiston Mayele coming in for Bakambu at the 59th minute. Edo Kayema replacing Mukau at the 74th minute. And Brian Chipenga coming in replacing Elia at the 74th minute. Halftime at the extra time. And it's still Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. And we go for the last 15 minutes of this encounter. It's still Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1.
And I think
and right now it's not looking like both sides
are tiring out. Yeah, it looks like both sides are tired. And this first half extra time looks a lot better than the second half.
The whole of the second half.
Yeah, they look like they are growing into the game already. And I think that this is the time to turn up the heat while remaining defensively aware. And I think Tolu has suffered from match fitness. He has not really been playing for Wolves since he joined our club. And I think that over time in the game, he can grow into the game. He has been present. Just the first touch. You touch the first one wrongly, you learn from that. You check again. But he has been present. And I think this is the time for Akon Adams to drop into the midfield and try to be creative, because there's no creative spark in the center. Because Alex Iwobi is absolutely not in this game. Yeah, I think that they've really suffered from the extra time they played against Gabon.
Okay, so let's say, what should Nigeria lose this game? Any sticks on the players?
I think there will be. You can't not.
Is it
the
justifiable?
Justifiable, because you can't turn a blind eye to the error leading to the first goal. Because without that first goal, Nigeria would have won right now, and it is what it is. So I think the guys needs to wake up and step up.
Okay, yes, I hear that time from Yamaita. The Super Eagles players needs to step up and wake up in the second half of extra time. 15 minutes for both sides to try and salvage something from this game.
I think in extra time there's an extra substitution for the number 7 cannot continue.
Yeah, can't continue. We have Mbuku being replaced there by that young man there, Michael Balwisha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he brings into this encounter. We have Balwisha being thrown into this one right now. And that is the 4th substitution for DR Congo in this encounter. He'll be playing fresh in this second half. Michael Ange being thrown. He plays for Celtic in the Scottish Super League.
Yeah,
The
not
Scottish
bad.
Premiership, sorry.
Not bad, not bad for a team like Congo. Yeah, not bad. But if Congo qualify, I don't think Congo will join up in the semi-finals.
Yeah, they might not be joining the semi-final, though, but they stand a good chance of winning on that continent when it gets to the international playoff. Because right now, I think they sit at 60 on the FIFA ranking.
Oh,
And Nigeria
okay.
currently sits at 41 on the FIFA ranking. But let's see how it goes in the second half of extra time. Another 15 minutes is upon us in this encounter. Now is the make or match time.
Yeah, it's the time to decide who will take this the golden player of sport that has been offered by by FIFA as a backyard door.
Funny enough, the playoff is even looking more more competitive, more
Yeah,
looks
you
more
you have to talk
yeah.
about the pairings, the teams facing one another. They are the best.
Do you think
of-
Cameroon will have been an easier side
Yes,
for Nigeria to
yes,
face
it
in this
will have
final?
been. It will have been. In fact, some of the pundits I heard was tilting towards having Cameroon and not DR Congo.
DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria clears the lines and DR Congo coming closer in the early stages of the second half. Tolaro Kodare in the mix there again. Yeah, it's now DR Congo, but Benjamin Frederick there for Nigeria. The mountain there is always hard to climb. Yes, DR Congo coming up against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're out for a throw-in, and that man talking about the DR Congo left back there, Masauku, will be so much interested in this long throw. He plays for Sunderland in England.
Oh,
And
it's
he's
a
always-
Nigerian throw.
Oh, it's a Nigerian throw, not Sunderland, not DR Congo's throw. You have about two Sunderland players starting this game, and both of them are really massive. Talking about Sadiki and Masauku. I think Masauku scored against Chelsea in that game between Chelsea and Sunderland. And now we are straight into the 108th minute of this encounter. Let's see if Nigeria can get on this late, and it looked like it's going to be an upset victory for Nigeria. Should they come back to win this one? Because they've been the second best side in this encounter, not really the best in this one. But that's, you can always say the fatigue has really been the problem for the players coming into this one. Don't forget they played 120 minutes against Gabon in the semi-final. Right here they are in the final against DR Congo, also in the extra time. So right now we are at the 107th minute of this encounter, approaching the 108 minutes.
Yeah, approaching the 108 minutes. Now, Super Eagles back in possession. I think they won a free kick right there at the third minute of the second half of extra time. So it's game on in that encounter. Morocco is witnessing this masterpiece, this showpiece right there at the end of the day. So long ball forward by Nwabali. And yeah, the defenders won that one again.
Yes, I'm coming Basta with the ball for the Super Eagles there, and they still keep on sending it back.
You know, they try to
But
play
the long balls are not working. You have to
short passes are
you have to
also not
devise
working.
you have to find another means of going through across against this side. Is that a corner kick? No, it's a throw in. Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
long throw there from DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And DR Congo will be looking to get the second goal against Nigeria. Yes, Wan Bissaka on the ball against the Super Eagles. And DR Congo attacking against Nigeria right there. They're looking for that second goal against the Super Eagles. Will that be coming in for them? And still DR Congo in possession. Comes forward against Nigeria. Onto the wing there at the 109th minutes. And a cross with a big cross of DR Congo. What would they make out of this? And sends a cross into it. A free header there. And that's what was the goalkeeper thinking there, for Christ's sake. And that is the second goal for DR Congo with that stand.
Oh, the referee says it's a free kick.
Well, let's see if that free kick is going to start. I think there's a VR check on that. I think VR will be interested in checking on that. Let's see that again. Was there a push there? What was the goalkeeper thinking there, for Christ's sake?
I don't know. Oh, I think there's a kick to the face.
I'm very sure VR will have a check on that to see the legitimacy of that goal.
Oh, the kick to the head. I think there's a kick to the head. Oh, it has been chopped off.
Okay, that goal has been chalked off by VR. I could see you say, oh God, when you saw the confirmation of that goal.
Honestly.
Okay, yes, back in it. That is the second time in this game. DR Congo will be putting the ball into the back of the net, and the referee coming to the aid of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Twice unlucky of DR Congo are not right now.
Yeah, twice unlucky, and it looks like
But also, you look at that free header for that goal.
yeah, that Freda, honestly, our net, and that those chances will begin to bring up the confidence for the Congolese at the end of the day.
Yes, DR Congo coming forward against Nigeria again as they're looking to get a legitimate goal against the Super Eagles. With every third time lucky cross into the box, and just like you said, yes, the crosses are now coming in, and they'll be showering the Super Eagles with a lot of crosses this time around.
Yeah, they will be loading the box, and that's the way to go. And I think that maybe it's time for the Nigeria manager to actually look at defending rather than just going all out.
We have 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, 10 minutes to play. You can defend for 10 minutes and hope that there's a counter or something at the end of the day.
All right, 11 minutes gone in the second half of this encounter. It's still DR Congo. We're enjoying the best share of possession against the Super Eagles side, who has ceded possession to DR Congo. And DR Congo tries to come in. Nigeria wins possession, looks to attack, and they'll move on the counter. This might just be a chance for the Super Eagles to break through. But left on to play it for who there? Nobody. Straight into this 12th minute. Straight into the 112th minute of this encounter. 8 more minutes to go in this game. Yes, DR Congo back in possession, switches on wing there, but there's nobody on that left attacker for Nigeria there. Yeah, we have the DR Congo coming back to attack, and they're pushing forward against the other Nigerians. 112 minutes gone in this encounter. DR Congo in possession. Nigeria regains possession against DR Congo, losing possession in a dicey position there, but wins back the ball. He should be clearing that. He should be clearing that and not sending it to corner kick, for Christ's sake. Okay, wins himself a goal kick. Wonderful. Okay, yes, we're straight at the 112th minute, approaching the 113th minute. 7 more minutes to play in this one. 7 more minutes for the Super Eagles to hang on for a penalty shootout. And even a penalty shootout is a game of lottery.
It looks like
Benjamin Frederick?
Frederick is down again.
Okay, let's look at the bench and see will the coach can be throwing into this game. There's Bright Osai, there's William Trus Ekong, Chigose Alquim, there's Awazim Rada, there's Rafael Yedika, Alazan Yusuf. I know we're looking at penalty shootouts, possibility of penalty shootouts. I think William Trus Ekong might just be the player thrown in.
Thrown in, but what about the right back position? Who will do the needful?
Okay, let's see if it's going to be Bright Osai Samuel be thrown into this encounter. We can see to think at the age of 20 now, we have a Benjamin Frederick, who is now looking like the most important defender for Nigeria.
Yeah, it looks like the most. In fact, he's the most important right now from this.
With a player with less than 10 caps for the Super Eagles.
Yeah, but you have to give
Reminds
it.
me of when Kenneth Omeru actually broke into the team setup, at the age of 19 at that what's it called 2013 Nations Cup, which Nigeria won. AFCON, which Nigeria won, defeating Burkina Faso in the final, and that was the last time Nigeria won the AFCON.
Yeah, that was the last time, and
we have the substitution. It seems like it's Bright Osai will be thrown into this game for the Super
Eagles. That's Awazim.
Is that Awazim? Let me see.
Yeah,
Awazim will be thrown into this game. Awazim, for Christ's sake. Okay, I think Bright Osai will have been better for me.
And now I think the Sevilla guy has to really double up defensively. It looks like it's okay again.
Let's see if we'll be able to continue this one. A long one there from the Nigerian goalkeeper, losing it again into the path of the opponent. So that should be a chance for DR Congo, but Nigeria on the calls there. Is it back on the feet? Yes, a long one there from the Super Eagles. Ball control and follow up from Tolu has really been poor in this game.
Really poor.
Simon there on the ball.
And
back into the middle of the park there. Finds out his teammate there. Nigeria make it that returns it back into the defense. There 104th minute, approaching the 115th minute of this one. 5 minutes gone in this account. 10 minutes been played already. And we have barely 5 minutes to be played. DR Congo in possession of the ball. Coming up against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. One of the late Charles in this one. What would they make out of this? Beats on the Nigerian defender there. And still DR Congo in possession. Calvin Bassey not allowing that out there as he tries to take out the DR Congo player, but still DR Congo in position. What is he waiting for there? Asking for a throw when the ball hasn't gone to train. Yes, and still DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles. Across into the box there. But that's evaded all the DR Congo players in the box and straight into a goal kick for Nigeria. It's going to be a goal kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 115th minutes gone at gone right there in Morocco in the CAF playoff there. Another substitution there by DR Congo, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it Nigeria? It's Nigeria. Haruko Dari being replaced by Awazin. Is that Haruko Dari being replaced? I saw number 10, right?
I think so. It's Haruko Dari.
Haruko Dari being replaced. Oh. It seems that the coach is interested in going to defend right now.
Yeah, he wants to defend. And I think...
Or is Tolu not a good penalty taker?
I don't know. He wants us to double up. I think Ide could have withdrawn Ako rather than Tolu. Because Tolu has brought presence up front. Now it looks like every ball might be going back.
Now the last 5 minutes, it's a big pressure for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they go up against DR Congo, who has seen 2 goals and big chucked off by VR in this encounter. As we're straight into the 116th minute of this encounter. Just chasing this one, still having a sense of belief that they can get it, they can nick it in this one. But DR Congo showing promises in this one against Nigeria that yes, they are strong and resilient in this one against the Super Eagles. Wan-Bissaka import with ball for DR Congo. I talked about Wan-Bissaka. At the point he was waiting for the English call up.
And he didn't get it. You know, the English setup has spread of talent on that right back road. You can't really compare what he will bring to what with James Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Even Arnold is struggling to get
he's struggling to
right
get the setup into the setup. And you know, Karian Trippier, you know, the guys they have a lot of options in the right back. And I think he made a smart decision to at least join up with.
Okay, it's Nigeria losing possession at the 106th minute. Here is DR Congo in possession. What would they make out of that? Still trying to build up something against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 117th minutes played already. 3 more minutes to hang on to push this game into penalties. DR Congo in possession, a long one into the box there. With this very chance for them, Nigeria still saves that. Blushes at the back there. They get it straight into the 118th minute. You have to give it to Bruno Yemiachi there. That was good awareness there from the Olympiacos left back there. Here we have DR Congo attacking against the Super Eagles again. What would they make out of that? Wan-Bissaka in possession. A cross there from the West Ham defender.
Oh, that was a dangerous one.
It was really with DR Congo everywhere. Yeah, 118th minutes.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
When will the Super Eagles play that the fans will not have their heart in their mouth?
They've not looked super in this encounter at all. Goal kick or corner kick?
That's a
goal
good
kick. It should be a
kick,
goal kick. Okay, yes, we're straight into the 118th minute there. We have barely 2 more minutes to play in this one and sends the game into penalty shootouts between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and DR Congo. Victor Osimhen on the feet there. And the players knows that they have to do the unthinkable. Everybody's turning into a manager right there on the pitch.
Yeah, everybody turning into a manager. Now, it looks like Nigeria just want to hang on to get a penalty. And it looks like DR Congo now are the team that looks...
do we have a good goalkeeper for a penalty shootout?
Yeah, I think Nwabali on his day.
What's that called in the past, for Christ's sake?
Alright,
so straight into the 119th minutes. 1 minute to hang on in this one. Super Eagles in possession of the ball there. Long one from Nigeria. And that's evaded everybody. Yes, Super Eagles in possession. Wan-Bissaka winning possession, losing possession most immediately back to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What's this? Nigeria in possession, attacking right here. What would they make out of that? So takes on Wan-Bissaka, has 3 DR Congo players on him, and takes a long shot, weekend shot there. And that's Moses Simon, if I'm not mistaken, there. Long one there from DR Congo as a chase this one into the last 1 minute of the game there. And we have Semi Ajayi doing the defensive work, finds the goalkeeper, Stanley Wabali. With a long clearance there, tries to play it back, but into the part of DR Congo. We are straight into the last minute of this account, and we have the captain there coming forward for DR Congo, and they will look to take all the pressure to the Super Eagles now. For how long can they hang on? For how long can they soak this pressure?
Yeah, for how long? That's the $1 million question right there. Nigeria does not look to take anything going forward. I think they will only be...
The way they are actually acting is like they are so certain of themselves in the penalty shootouts.
No, not just certain. When you see that your attackers are not bringing in anything, the next thing you do is to resort to defending. That's just what they are doing. The attackers are really, really not...
why you don't give a free kick there. You don't give a free kick there. Ako.
Why?
Okay, free kick two. DR Congo are the dynamos of this encounter as we're going straight into the 120th minute. I love this referee. Yellow card in the whole of this encounter. For someone who has been adjudged to share 5.33 yellow cards in his career, he averaged of 5.33 yellow cards. Yeah, we have Jalal Jaid.
Oh, even the Congolese are preparing for
penalties.
They've
So as good as Mpasa is good, I think that they have a goalkeeper who they trust more when it comes to penalty, and that is that man who has been thrown into this game. Talking about Timothy Fayulu, who will be coming in for possibly penalty. Plays for FC Noir. I remember Noir.
Yeah.
Chelsea's friend. Those are Chelsea friends from what's it called, from the Conference League.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the free kick. What the? I was almost saying, okay. That was almost going to the back of the net there for DR Congo. The Nigerian goalkeeper currently down there. And it's 2 minutes additional time being added there. How on earth? He was caught off guard here. Was that outside? That was so close. That was actually so close there. Look at that. Ooh. And went crashing into the woodworks, into the woodworks there.
Ooh. That was a big save.
But I think if I'm actually the goalkeeper, I'll be standing up back and allowing plays to continue immediately. Okay, yeah, that is it. There's a corner kick there. There's a throwing from is it corner kick?
Throwing.
Yes, a throwing for DR Congo against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And this might just be the last piece of action in this encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo. The referee says he has seen enough in this encounter. We're going straight into penalties and shootouts. What a game of football we've had.
What a game. You have to give it to the Congolese. And if you check the stats, you will see that it tilted more towards the Congolese. They really gave it their all. And that's the way to go.
Give penalty shootouts upon us in this encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo. And right now it goes into that game of luck and prayers right now.
Yeah, luck. You just have to, this is the time where...
Funny enough, they still give it 54-46.
Yeah, that's way different.
Ball game for Nigeria. You have DR Congo having 4 total shots on target, while Nigeria only managed 2 total shots on target in this encounter. 8 total shots from DR Congo, 4 total shots
on target.
Yeah, 2 shots on target for Nigeria, 4 total shots from the Super Eagles, 8 total shots from DR Congo, which shows that they actually wanted this game more.
They wanted it more, and they were more organized than the Super Eagles.
Now the penalties.
Yeah, now the penalties.
I used to put your money on Nigeria.
Any team can win, but I'm not putting my money on any of the sides. But as a Nigerian, you want your country to progress. But right now, I think I just hope that Nigeria can progress.
Okay, we all hope Nigeria can just nick it right now in this encounter while we're waiting of the penalty shootouts. We saw Stanley Wambale with those heroics against South Africa.
Yeah.
But that is about 1 year ago. After that, we've not really seen him.
We've seen some heroics for him in Chippa United also. Even I think during this last season, that
So you're really confident with the goalkeeper when it comes to penalty shootouts?
I think I'm a bit above average confident over.
I also saw DR Congo made a substitution, replacing the goalkeeper. We started this game on Passy, the Le Havre goalkeeper, and replaced him with the goalkeeper from FC Noir, talking about Timothy Fayulu, who came in for the penalties.
Yeah, one thing about that is the goalkeeper is not in on the action. He hasn't really warmed up to come into the game. And just, bringing him for penalty, it can be 50-50. It really can be 50-50. But let's see what will happen at the end of the day. So good luck to Nigeria.
Okay, I'll be leaving the penalties commentaries to you.
All right. The teams are actually having a meeting right now, and they're trying to, jack up the morale. You can see the Congolese right there, brewing with confidence. Who would blame them? They were 1-0 down and they came back and became the better side overall. So, penalties, the team.
Should they win this one? I think it's actually a well-deserved victory for DR Congo.
Yeah, but you can't take it away from Super Eagles too, because they defended well and they took the first half. DR Congo took the second half, And you can't blame a team when you lose your marquee man going into the second half. It will have a psychological effect on the team. And I think for them to hold their own till to penalties, I think you have to give them some credit too. Then you can't take away that credit from Nwabali. That last save. If they had gone in, it would have been game over.
Okay, as now we're going straight into the penalty shootouts right there between both sides. Nigeria and DR Congo. Still no victory at the end of 90 minutes in this one. Let's see who can get on this victory.
Wow, this has been a final before final. Really.
Funny enough, it looks even more. It looks more competitive than even the what's it called itself.
The group qualifiers.
qualifiers
Yeah, you
itself.
can. You know the strength of the teams. I would really say this looks more like an AFCON semi-final game, or maybe an AFCON final, with the way the two coaches has gone tactically about it. And look at the two sides. You have to give a lot of credit to the two sides, but I think DR Congo was a bit of the better side so far in that encounter. But penalties are anybody's games. So let's see what will happen at the end of the day. So penalties about to be taken. And you can see the referee and one of the linemen going there, and one of the linemen also standing with the teams at the center circle. So penalties will decide who will take that intercontinental playoff spot for Africa in next year match, I think.
Yeah. Next time, matches when they'll be playing that playoff.
So, you know, it has been an interesting playoff so far. The teams really gave it their all, and it has been a masterpiece this year.
If Nigeria lose this on penalty shootout, it's going to bring back memories of Nigeria losing the FIFA World Cup ticket to Ghana on the playoff also. But let's see if Stanley Nwabali, with all the criticisms, can come up with heroics and be the hero for Nigeria this time around.
Yeah, I think he has started with the heroics.
Calvin Bassey.
No, I think when you have your marquee men out of the field, so you know that anybody that takes it is a penalty. Funnily, the people that hardly knows how to take penalties might convert. Is even the best of penalty takers can miss. So it's just penalties, and the referee having a word with the two goalkeepers right there.
Mouths are currently pumping right here in the studios. Yeah, very sure everywhere you're watching this game. Nigerians are currently praying for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to go against or get a victory in the song. Calvin Bassey standing on this penalty for Nigeria. At least I don't think I've ever seen him playing a penalty. Even playing for.
There's always a first time in case.
The first time. Let's say we're straight into the penalty shootouts in this encounter between Nigeria and DR Congo. Calvin Bassey for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The first kick in this penalty shootout. How is it going to end? Will it be a goal for Super Eagles, or will it be
maybe
goalkeeper
I think
saving this? Okay, let's see how it goes out right there. We're waiting for confirmation. Calvin Bassey with the first one as the time is run, and takes his run and takes it back.
I think
he goes straight for it. Go! That is straight into the stands there from Calvin Bassey. The first one, the first kick, and the first miss for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
I think he missed.
And the last starts, I can see the DR Congo fans are going into wide jubilation. The Super Eagles are missing the first penalty kick right there in the penalty. So sent out way off target. Too much power on that. Too much power, too much elevation on that from Calvin Bassey. And now it is advantage of DR Congo as it stands right now, as Nigeria lost a first penalty shootout in this penalty shootouts.
Yeah, so let's see if they will convert this one. I don't know.
Okay, we're waiting to see if DR Congo will be confirming, will be slotting this into the back of the net. Yes, DR Congo. The big save also from the Nigerian goalkeeper to deny DR Congo.
Ooh.
And restores on parity in this one. Nigeria losing the first one. DR Congo also losing their first one in this one.
Wow.
And what a way to go.
That's the way to go. Nwabali saving Calvin Bassey's flushes.
Hope he
What?
didn't come out of
He
his line.
did, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, we have DR Congo missing the first one there. After Nigeria lost the first penalty. I just hope to see that the referee allows us to go. Yes, Nigeria's second penalty right there in this encounter.
So let's see if Nigeria will also convert this one.
Yeah, straight into the penalty shootout. Yeah, we have the Nigeria's second penalty in this encounter. Will it be going to the back of the net? Yeah, he's a Moses Simon standing on this for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Will he be scoring this or will he be missing this? We're straight into the penalty shootout. Calvin Bassey lost the first one.
Miss it again.
Moses Simon losing the second one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We have DR Congo saving the second one there. What a game we are having right here at Morocco. Look at that that looks like a poor penalty from me.
That's a very poor penalty.
Okay, it's a long night. It's a long night.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
All right, so we have DR Congo preparing for their second penalty right there at the stadium. A chance for DR Congo to get on the first goal in this one. And it's that man who's wearing the number 11, Sadiki of Sunderland, playing this for DR
I think
Congo.
let's see.
Let's see if Sadiki will be putting this into the back of the net as he times his run and move back for this. A chance for the first goal in this penalty shootout after Kevin Bassey and Moses Simon lost to Nigeria. Mosami also losing for DR Congo. Here's a chance for DR Congo to get the first goal as Sadiki takes his run and time his run there and waits for the Nigerian goalkeeper. It's still 1-1 as it stands on both sides of failing to score the first three penalties. Sadiki timing his run and looking to chase this down. With this be into the back of the net for DR Congo. Sadiki with the ball there. And Nigerian goalkeeper will looking to. This time around we have a goal for DR Congo. And it's Sadiki who has put one into the back of the net from the penalty shootout. And that is the way to go for DR Congo. After losing the first one, Nigeria has lost the first two. And Nigeria will be hoping to remain in this one. That was a close one there. But coming close doesn't do it. I think the goalkeeper could have done better.
And I think it was a well-struck penalty.
Yeah, it's actually a well-struck penalty there. And Nigeria third on penalty in this one. Zach Adams, if I'm not mistaken there.
I don't think Nigeria really prepared for this.
Yeah, I don't think they're prepared for this penalty shootouts. You can see it. You can see it on the face of the players. I don't think they are actually prepared for this. Akko Adams for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Will they be putting this into the back of the net? Or will Akko also be losing this? Like the Nigerian side have lost all the first two penalties they've played in this one. Akko Adams, the Sevilla man there, and takes a long one into the back of the net and scores it. Even though the goalkeeper actually went the right way.
Yeah, the goalkeeper went the right way, but Akko Adams did justice to that.
Here's Nigeria scoring from the third one. Here we have DR Congo coming for their own third penalty in this one. That's the way to go. Not that we saw from Calvin Bassey or Moses Simon.
I think even what Calvin Bassey did was better than Moses Simon. Slowed down the pace and really did what.
Well, right now it's advantage DR Congo.
Yeah.
If they can score every of their maybe penalty. Transibi, let's see that again.
I think this one will miss.
What in hell was that penalty, for Christ's sake?
With the way it was going to the boy's facial, I said the most likely.
What in hell was that from him? And you can see this. You can see this. You can see it on the face of the DR Congo players. Disbelief there. 4 penalties from both sides. What was he thinking of there?
No, 6 penalties now. Both sides lost 4, and
okay, waiting to see who is the next penalty taker for Nigeria. Just Adam and Sadiki have managed to score. Here we have is Bruno Yemiachi there for Nigeria. Just hope that goes into the back of the net for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Bruno Yemiachi
take the lead for the first time. Even the pressure is getting to very good. So let's see if Bruno will convert this one. Right.
Pressure is on him also.
Yeah, pressure is on him. Oh, that's a
Puts
goal.
that into the back of the net. And for
That's
the first
a
time in this penalty shootout, Nigeria goes into the lead against DR Congo. And you see Bruno going straight to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
There's a belief in the goalkeeper that yes, he can do it for Nigeria. Nigeria going into the lead in this one. Bruno Yemiachi there. If only Nigeria scored those 2 penalties.
We can also say if
But
they are
DR
Congo.
Congo scored.
So, but let's see if they are Congo will come back into this one.
Okay, we have DR Congo also still in this one, and it's the 4th penalty for DR Congo as a goal against the Super Eagles of Nigeria there. And it's that man spotting the jersey number 19 for DR Congo. Looks like a powerful man there, and they're beginning for power.
That is, I think most likely will score the I think so.
DR Congo go forward there. Oh, send out the Nigerian goalkeeper the wrong way. And he pulls that into the back of the net for DR Congo. Spotting the jersey number 19. Right there is Fiston Mayele putting that into the back of the net.
Yeah, good penalty, good penalty. And you just have to give it to his confidence. He really did well.
Okay, who's taking the 5th one for Nigeria? Let's wait and see. And let's wait and see if Nigeria can pull that into the back of the net in this encounter. For the first time in this game, we're seeing the Nigerian goalkeeper being sent the wrong way.
Yeah. The Nigerian goalkeeper sent the wrong way right there. And who is taking this
Wow. Oh my God.
one? Who is this?
Ejuke.
Okay. Let's see.
Wow.
Let me see his face. I think this one will score.
Okay, it seems it's a goal for the Super Eagles against DR Congo. Ejuke putting that into the back of the net for the Nigerian side.
I thought they will score.
Straight to the center there. Nigeria slotting that into the back of the net. Ejuke of Sevilla putting that into the back of the net for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Right now we're having the players on both sides growing into the confidence and putting the balls into the back of the net as it starts.
This is a nice penalty. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Yeah, I told you with that look I saw, he most likely.
Okay, I just hope you're going to see a wrong look on the side of the DR Congo right now.
Let's see. You know, penalties, apart from being a game of luck, instinct to.
And here we have DR
I
Congo
think
with
this
the
one might
5th one.
lose.
And
Huh?
into the back of the net.
Oh,
DR Congo has just scored to equalize in this encounter.
that's a good
A
penalty.
good penalty there from DR Congo. It's 3-3 after 5 penalties of right now between Nigeria and DR Congo in this encounter. Now we're going to sudden death. First to lose. And very good there by Bakwisha there for
That was a nice
Bakwisha there
penalty.
for DR Congo. Nice penalty from that young man to bring DR Congo back into this one. 3-3 from the penalty spot. Here's a
Semi
penalty for
Ajayi.
Nigeria. Semi Ajayi will be taking this for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. A chance to put Nigeria back into the lead in this one. Semi Ajayi, who currently plays for All City in England here. Semi looking at the goal post. Can he put this into the back of the net? Semi Ajayi has just missed this penalty for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Into the hands of the goalkeeper. Big save from DR Congo. And here's a chance for DR Congo to go straight to the intercontinental playoff there. Big save from the goalkeeper. And here is the reason why you see DR Congo making a substitution and bringing in Kayulu to play the penalties shootout. Here is a chance, DR Congo. And here is the moment they've waiting for. Here is the moment to send them into the World Cup. And here is the moment.
Not the World Cup, but the
Intercontinental playoff. And here is another heartbreaking moment for Nigeria. Should this be going into the back of the net for DR Congo? It might just be that heartbreak Nigerians really don't want to see. And you can see what it means to the DR Congo players. Let's see if Nigerian goalkeeper can come into the rescue for the Super Eagles this time around. And it's the big man, the captain. I don't see him missing this.
I don't think so.
I don't see him missing this. And that is the goal for DR Congo. As DR Congo was straight up to the. And that is it. That is how you play penalty. And that is how you win it. What a game of football. Congratulations to DR Congo for qualifying for the Intercontinental playoff. What a game of football. After 120 minutes, Nigeria couldn't get a victory at the end of the penalty shootout. really, really big victories for DR Congo. It's always a pleasure having you here, mate.
Yeah, always a pleasure being here.
And that's it on Premier Sports Fan Center. It's heartbreak for Nigeria again. There's no FIFA World Cup 2026 for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That's about how much we can take on our coverage on Premier Sports Fan Center until we come your way again. It's bye for now.